Boom. MFers.
No
Thursday
music.
Night Football. Rams versus Raiders. Baker Mayfield has already entered the game. We are just getting into the second quarter here on Amazon Prime. You can catch Chris Collinsworth and Al Michaels calling the game. Thank you for joining us live. And man, what an exciting game already. Raiders are up 10-3. The Rams decided to really screw everyone on DraftKings by not naming their quarterback before the game. So if you had John Walford,
Dicks.
kiss that goodbye.
Dicks.
If Keelan Cole, let me tell you this, Nate. If Keelan Cole does anything tonight, my DraftKings prospects are looking pretty good.
Oh man.
Yeah, you wanted to start off this show, even though we got a live game here, we got good vibes going. You had a rant you wanted to start the show with.
So for
And
those of you, so for
before
those
you
of you
get
who don't
started,
know,
let me say this: your background is kind of coming through as like a grill, and it's making me wonder. You look pretty sweet with one of those.
oh man, yeah, I see the effect because they got the blue screen and the blue light now. I didn't do multicolored on the lamp, so I'm gonna just leave it as is. But yeah, man, I woke up this morning and I checked my phone and I was like, what the fuck? And I see that Brittany Griner's coming home, and in my mind, I'm like, there's no way we did what we did. There's no way our GM made this trade. There's no way our GM of the United States of America traded away our best player for a bag of potato chips.
America's GM.
There's no way. And come to find out, we traded Victor Bout, aka the Merchant of Death.
It's just a nickname.
The Merchant of Death
What's in a name, really?
for Brittany Griner.
For a basketball player.
A fucking shitty basketball player. And on top of that, there's a Marine that is in Russia as we speak, sitting in a Russian prison, accused of being a spy with no evidence. And we traded Victor Bout for a bullshit WNBA player because Joe Biden is trying to buy his election again.
The WNBA player, sir. Without
This
her, the WNBA does not.
is
Well, I shouldn't say
horrific.
that. I mean, it was pretty cool these last
This is the
playoffs were
worst
sweet.
trade ever.
Oh, Mac Hollins with the end around, and he's taking it down the field. Mac Hollins, baby, in the DraftKings lineup. Let's go.
Mac Hollins, I'm playing someone who has him, and I'm like, I hope he doesn't have a good game. And of course, he's going to have a great game.
Good for me, bad for you.
Of course, he's going to have a great game.
You wanna watch this exchange? Brittany Griner for Victor Bout. Apparently, she chopped off the long hair. I think this is her right here.
They probably made her chop that shit off.
I'm almost positive that's her.
Hey, look, he's being hugged. They're hugging this man.
So right there, Russian state media released edited footage showing the exchange of Russian prisoner Victor Bout for American Brittany Griner at an airport Thursday. So
he's finna get royal treatment from Putin.
Oh, they edited it right there where she was going to shake hands with someone. It cut away from that. Yep. Huh. Interesting.
She was finna shake
is that the
his
Merchant
hand.
of Death right there?
Yes, that's him. They blurred out the agent's face. That is him.
He looks
He
like
is
the
not
Merchant
in handcuffs. He's about to get the royal treatment.
We got Raiders inside the red zone here on the 15.
We traded Brittany Griner for fucking. Oh my God, this country's going in a shithole.
Oh, who's this on the end around? Little shifty guy here. Ah, Turner. Everyone knows him. So yeah, this was interesting. A lot of people were mad because Paul Whelan was not involved in this trade. That was initially apparently what the United States was offering to begin with. It was going to be Brittany Griner and Paul Whelan for this Victor bout. That was the substantial offer that America was giving, and Karine Jean-Pierre kept saying this, and Russia should take this offer. This is the offer, and it ended up being an altered offer, Victor bout for just Brittany Griner. And listen, if I'm Russia and I could trade you a basketball player and keep the suspected spy, of course, that's the most advantageous situation. Apparently, America went for it.
We lost this trade. Like, there's no way. There's no way we lost this trade. This is the AJ Brown trade. This is the Russell Wilson trade. Like, what the fuck, man? This is by far the worst trade ever. And then his fucktard's gonna post on his Twitter this morning, taking pictures with her wife, who she beat.
So this article from
the Associated Press. Bullshit.
This article from NBC and the Associated Press says, in releasing Bout, the U.S. freed a former Soviet Army lieutenant colonel whom the Justice Department once described as one of the most prolific arms dealers. He was arrested in Thailand in 2008 and extradited to the U.S. in 2010. Bout was serving a 25-year sentence on charges that he conspired to sell tens of millions of dollars in weapons that U.S. officials said were to be used against Americans. Bout had served 11 years of his 25-year prison sentence and was scheduled for release in August 2029. Biden issued an executive grant of clemency to free the arms dealer from a federal prison in Illinois to effect the prisoner swap. Biden's authorization to release Bout, the Russian felon once nicknamed the Merchant of Death, underscored the heightened urgency this administration faced to get Griner home, particularly after the recent resolution of her criminal case on drug charges and her subsequent transfer to a penal colony. Griner, who also played pro basketball in Russia, was arrested in an airport there after Russian authorities said she was carrying vape canisters with cannabis oil. Why do they keep saying it like that? She was doing it.
Of death.
They keep saying it like it's alleged. She admitted she had
it. Because this is how they're covering the shit up. Because this is how they're trying to make Russia seem like they're bad people by saying, well, it was alleged. She admitted to it in court. She said she had it. She's guilty. You stupid fucks. Like, how dumb of a country are we? Like, you're seriously defending some dickhead basketball player who went to another country with something that she knew. There's no way she didn't know that shit was prohibited. You're not going to sit here and say, well, I accidentally. You don't accidentally pack a habit. Okay? That would be like me saying, oh, I accidentally packed my PlayStation. No, it's a habit, you fucking idiot. You don't accidentally pack a habit. You do that shit on a regular. You intentionally packed that shit because you thought you had status in Russia. And guess what, idiot? You don't. Oh, Joe Biden.
So you are upset because Paul Whelan was not involved in this trade.
I don't give a fuck. Let me reiterate this. It sucks that this man doesn't get to come home. It sucks. That's not what I'm mad about. What I'm mad about is the fact that our fucking president decided to say Brittany Griner was worth some fucking dude by the name of with the nickname the Merchant of Death. She is not worth that. The amount of money this man made could pay her salary tenfold. She should still, her tall, dumb, that jackass should still be in Russia right now. But no, Joe Biden decided, so what happened was, he saw what happened in the midterms. That's what he saw. He saw that, oh shit, we got a problem. We just lost the House. So guess what? I got to do something for my black constituents who I don't give two fucks about. So what am I going to do? I'm going to do the dumbest fucking trade in history and trade somebody that's going to be a valuable asset. to Russia in the middle of a fucking war for a bullshit basketball player?
Well, I'll say this: some wins in Biden's, some wins for the left. Biden. I don't know. I hate to like other people, but some wins for the left, for Biden, for Democrats, yada yada yada, have been Fetterman, Katie Hobbs, and Raphael Warnock. So those three were big. So I don't think necessarily like the midterms per se put the pressure on him. I do think the fact that this entire administration has been all about diversity, and this is the first woman this is the first black that, this is the first trans this. So yeah, that was definitely all the pressure on them. Is we have a famous black lesbian locked up in Russia, the country that we're, sworn enemies against forever now.
I'm gonna say this,
yeah,
and it's probably gonna get us in trouble.
Hey, we're 10 minutes in. No one's watching anymore.
But I'm gonna say it anyway. I don't care about the LGBTQ plus. I don't give a fuck what they call themselves. I don't care about those people.
You care. You just don't care that they.
I don't care for their agenda. I don't care for the shit that they're trying to push. I do not care. The fact that we decided, not we, the fact that that senior citizen decided to trade this man for Brittany Griner because he figured, oh, well, I'm going to make my... No one is happy about this.
Let's be honest. Biden probably had very little to do with this deal. It was probably Jake Sullivan,
this
John Kirby.
Situation right now, I'm going to explain something to you. This is bigger than Brittany Griner. What Joe Biden did is set a precedence for every other country that fucking hates us. So guess what? If we have a American who decides to step out of line, guess what?
Cena.
We'll hold their asses. We'll hold them. And then if you have a prisoner that we really need or want, we're going to hold them until you decide to give them to us.
John Cena starts talking that stuff about Thailand when he's in China again. They will keep him there.
And as long as your constituents are stupid and they're pressing you to do so, guess what? We hold all the cards. So now, Russia, who's in the middle of a fucking war, just got back an arms dealer. You think Russia cares anything about this man's charges? No. They're in a war right now with Ukraine. He's an arms dealer. I'm guaranteeing you he still has all his contacts. Everything that they need, they're going to use him to get.
For sure. Yeah, he's just a useful pawn.
Exactly. And Joe Biden gave Russia exactly what they wanted. And you know what the fucked up thing is? The media is trying to say, well, this guy wasn't that bad. He wasn't actually selling. Is that Van Jefferson? No, it's Tutu Atwell.
How about Baker Mayfield still in the game, still slinging good passes? I mean, Baker was literally just signed last week by the Rams?
No, last week he was signed. This week he was released 2 days ago.
And how he throws his first good pass. It's like a 10-yard pass, and just gets an absolute pop from everyone in the stadium.
I'm gonna tell you like this: if he plays well and continues to play well, because they put Stafford on IR, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So if he plays well, there's a very possible chance he can play himself to a contract.
No, for sure. And the Rams are fucking 3-9. I mean, they're terrible at this point in the season.
They're not getting. Oh, that was a busted play. Yeah, that was busted. Somebody fucked up.
That's funny.
Somebody fucked up.
Yeah, Baker went to hand it off one way, the running back went another way, and Max Crosby said, "Thank you very much."
So, like I was saying, this whole situation with fucking Brittany Griner, this shit is dumb, and it's going to bite Joe Biden in the ass. The problem is he thinks that, oh well, I just did something for black people and the lesbians. No, you didn't, because there's a lot of people that are not happy right now.
Well, okay, so I mentioned the wins. The senators who won, to say this. The L's are also piling up. The student debt relief,
That's
not happening. Yeah, that was just a dream. That's not going to happen.
So they found
Uh,
out that was a lie.
this railroad strike looks very bad for him because he's all about, I'm Mr. Union, I'm pro labor, I take the railroad, the Amtrak all the time. I'm your train
He's a
guy.
lying
So
piece
that
of
looks
shit. He
terrible.
don't ride no Amtrak.
And now all this stuff about Hunter is people like actual news, like mainstream media news outlets are starting to talk about Hunter now and the laptop. And the Twitter files are coming out now about like the collusion between Twitter and the FBI and government officials. So I do think this was listen, we need something here. So if we don't get Paul Whelan, so be it. I need a distraction.
This whole thing is just it's egregious. This whole situation, it's horrible. It's awful. This is by far the worst trade I've ever seen. And the fact that this man sat there with his cabinet and was like, "Yeah, this is a great fucking trade. Let's trade somebody who we can't even use. She's useless." So now she comes back and now she gets to go play. She gets to go make fucking $15 an hour playing basketball. No one cares. No one
Well,
cares.
Tim Dillon, great comedian, made a great point. Uh, when she's back here, she better be all about the red, white, and blue. Just
Yeah,
USA
because she hated
propaganda
America.
all the
Remember,
way. Yes.
she hated.
I
She
love
hated
this country. I
America.
love everything about it.
She didn't even want to be an American anymore. And we just pulled your bitch ass out of a fucking Russian work camp. So we'll see.
Mayfield with a pass
We
deep down the middle of Skoronik.
we gonna see. We gonna see. But I guarantee you, it's gonna switch up as soon as she gets. And all of a sudden, it's gonna be fuck America this and protest that and protest this. I guarantee it. I guarantee it.
The Marriage Equality Act didn't go far enough. We need to
Yeah,
make those
exactly.
Christians make us make a cake if we want them to.
So I'm looking at it like this, dude. It's gonna this whole pandering shit is gonna come back to bite all of them. Hey, wait, I got a question. Is Nancy Pelosi still the Speaker of the House?
Lucky goodness Machaca's what? Or K, if you're friends of South. No, Nancy.
She's finally gone.
Yeah, she's gone. It is now.
Thank God.
It's actually a good question because it's supposed to be Kevin McCarthy, but I don't even think the Republicans want him.
Oh, he fumbled the ball.
Uh-oh. And
Fucking
then Democrats are trying to. Raiders ball. Raiders ball.
There's
Sean
no way the
McVay's
Raiders
pissed.
gonna
Max Crosby's very happy. He's just a beast. He reminds me so much of I think his name was Ted Hendricks.
win. There's no
Oh
way to
no,
get the ball
Cam
back.
Akers. Oh, Chandler Jones with a great punch out there. I don't know why Crosby's celebrating unless he got the ball.
No. Cam Akers, their ball looked like it bounced back to him.
Great.
This is why you've been on a fuck. This is why you've been in the doghouse. Oh my God.
Great. DraftKings still sucks. Nothing changed there. Wonderful.
Jesus Christ. Cam Akers. But yeah, man, it's this whole thing. Waking up to this shit this morning kind of just ruined my whole day. I was like, how the fuck are we going to? Did you see the video I sent you?
I did.
Everything's spot on what that guy said. He traded everything away, everything for her, for Pat Bev.
I mean,
Nah, my ass. What does she bring to the country? What use does she have? Nothing.
She inspires young women.
She doesn't even want to be a woman, so how she is inspiring women?
I don't know if she's ever said that. I don't know if she's ever said that.
She wants to be a really? You heard her? You heard her voice on that recording?
Of course, I've heard,
whatever the hell she wants to be.
Yeah. I've heard lots of gay guys' voices. They don't want to be women.
She wants to be a man. She clearly by shaving her dreads off.
That might be, yeah.
I just hate. What really bothers me is I hate the fact that her wife or whatever has been in the like. Why are you allowing average ass Americans into the White House? Why is average ass Americans going into the White House. So now she's going to get TV deals. She's going to get book deals. So now they're going to make a fuck ton of money off of this shit. And the entire time they're doing this, they're going to be slandering and talking shit about America. I promise you that. Every interview is going to be how racist America is. And they're going to think, well, Joe, no, you can't. No, America is still racist. So remember that.
I don't know. I think they need to give her the old MK Ultra. Take her to some undisclosed base, fill her with acid and American propaganda, and just set her loose.
This is bullshit.
Joking, of course. I would never actually advocate for MK Ultra.
I would. But anyway.
So, I did want to bring about some good news because there was good news that happened.
There was some good news today.
And you're very excited about this.
I am extremely excited about it. Even though we're on a bye week, I am extremely happy that finally Arthur Smith has come to his fucking senses and said we're going to start Desmond Ridder. Now, do I intend Desmond Ridder to come in and light up the scoreboard? No. But what I intend for him to do is to come in and play better than Marcus Mariota did. And actually throw the ball downfield and give that dual threat like Marcus Mariota was supposed to be. We still have a chance to win a division. Like we're still close in this division. We're only 2 games behind the Bucs. So if we can win out, I feel like we have a chance.
So you are what, 4-8?
5-8.
5-8.
Yeah, 5-8. The Bucs are 6-6. The Saints are 5-9, I think, something like that.
Blows my mind.
Somewhere, but we're still in a prime position to do that to possibly win the division. We just got to keep winning games, and we have not been doing great lately. So, I think the changes. I think it's warranted. The good thing is he gets a week off, so he gets a full. He's been obviously practicing, but he's gonna get that full week of practice with the ones. The only problem is that Kyle Pitts is hurt, and Kyle Pitts was his favorite target in the preseason.
Well, maybe it'll be Ferkser.
Huh? Oh, Michael Pruitt.
Maybe it'll be Ferkser.
Michael Pruitt, but
oh yeah,
I don't know. I'm happy that we finally made the trade. Like I said, I don't expect him to come in and just like take over and fucking just light up. But I intend, like, you've seen enough of Mariota. Like it's time for you to bring in the rookie and start letting him get some snaps.
Derek Carr has started for 6 different head coaches in 9 seasons, second only behind Archie Manning and one other guy.
And he's still shit.
Yeah, he's gonna his career, man.
He's just like his brother. The Carrs are sorry at fucking football.
I don't think he's just like his brother. He walked into a better situation than his brother. That's for sure.
That's for sure. I agree with that. But him and there's nothing good that comes from the Carr family. He had one good year and then he broke his leg. And then that was it. He's been shit ever since. Huh?
What about Jimmy Carr?
I don't know who Jimmy Carr is.
So this from the Falcons Wire. Twitter reacts to Falcons starting rookie QB Desmond Ridder. The Atlanta Falcons got off to a better start than most analysts predicted this season, but after losing 4 out of 5 games, it's time for a change, says Matt Urban. Desmond Ridder can start, yada, yada, yada. According to Trevor Sikkema on Twitter, like this for a handful of reasons, needed to be done. Mariota wasn't effective enough in passing game. Mariota's cap hit goes from $4 million to $14 million next season, can save $12 million if you do the math there. Hopefully means Ridder isn't behind schedule and is ready to get in and learn from real action.
I think he's going to be good.
Cameron Wolf says Falcons head coach Arthur Smith loved Desmond Ridder's toughness / IQ. Ridder was second QB picked in April. Ridder impressed in preseason, and it was to make change from Marcus Mariota. Ritter gets 4-game run to show GM Terry Fontenot.
I've not known his last name.
And Smith what he's got ahead of 2023 draft decisions. Young King loves it. Let's get it. Jackson State.
6 weeks too late, but finally.
Yeah, Captain Black Sparrow. I love that. All right. So they're just opting out of the playoffs.
I'm not, like I said, I'm happy, but I'm not going to be like jumping for joy because like he's not going to come in and just wow us. He's not going to come in and like throw for 300 yards and 2 touchdowns. He's not going to do that.
But at this point, it's the spark they need because I texted you today, dude. I was rooting for Mariota. He showed a flash or two last season with the Raiders, like had this dime of a pass to Darren Waller where you were like, oh man, there's still something there. Like that's the top 2 pick that he was coming out of Oregon.
I think at this point he's only good for backup at this point.
He's just so conservative and he doesn't run. TJ now, hello boys. Sorry about tonight. Still under the weather. God damn. TJ with that triple booster, just not making it over the hump here. But yeah. So I'm excited. I think Ritter could definitely elevate that passing game. Listen, Drake London and Desmond Ritter, first 2 picks, I believe, right? For the Falcons this year.
Yeah, Drake London was the number 8 overall pick.
Yeah.
8 or 8, 1 or 2. I think it was 8. So
it's just been spotty. It's been a touchdown here, a touchdown there, but nothing really to speak of with Marcus,
But I think with Desmond Ritter coming in and Desmond Ritter, a lot of these young quarterbacks, they're his first mindset is gonna be like, shit, I gotta get out of here. So he's gonna help with the run game. So I think that's gonna help. And that's what Marcus Mariota was supposed to do, but he didn't do. He didn't help out with the run game. You were supposed to be that threat. You're supposed to be like, we gotta watch quarterback and running backs.
Right.
And then, play action didn't help very much either because he wouldn't throw the fucking ball downfield. So it is what it is. So
and I hate to say it, like this was it, man. This was your old head coach. This was an offense built around what you can do, and you did diddly squat with it. They held out, granted they kept them in competition, but just never anything that made you think, okay, this is the answer. TJ says, if the Cowboys don't make it to the NFC Championship this year, it's a bust. Eagles win the division. Jets make a wild card playoff and bust. Very possible. The AFC wild card spot right now is fucking. I think there's like 8 teams going for that spot.
I don't know. I think everybody, everybody else gets excited about the Cowboys, yada yada yada. They have a great regular season, and then for whatever reason they get into the playoffs and they forget how to play fucking football.
Well, TJ is officially a Jets fan, which is very interesting.
The Jets have a chance with Mike White. The Jets have a chance with Mike White. They have a chance. They have a hard test this week. Who did they play this week?
They're at Buffalo.
Oh yeah, so that's so Mike White
on a rainy day.
Mike White is going to get his he's going to get challenged.
Devontae Adams. Oh my God.
Jalen Ramsey is a B-list. Fuck that. A C-list corner now.
Devontae Adams just made the type of over-the-shoulder catch you would expect from him, but earlier in the game he made a one-handed catch.
Remember when Jalen Ramsey was good?
And it really pisses me off that he can do this. Aaron Rodgers can pull off a comeback win and say, screw the Bears yet again. But we don't get to watch them together. And it just, you see, the Packers record sucks. The Raiders record sucks. It's a travesty. This was one of the worst things to happen in football. These two should have gone out at a blaze of glory together. And now here they are.
But he wanted to play with fucking Derek Carr again for whatever reason. Like who wants to play? Who intentionally wants to play with Derek Carr?
How could you pass up the opportunity to play with?
I gotta pass that shit, man. I'm not gonna play with Derek Carr.
Derek Carr.
Mike White isn't going to be a top tier QB, but if he
takes a snap inside the red zone, rolls out to the right. He's on the run. He's dangerous when he runs to his right, and he
classic
reach the ball out.
Nah, Mike White is going to be a top tier quarterback. He's gonna play himself into that position because I mean you look at what happened. He played the Bears. I mean obviously with the Bears, but he
Come on, Keelan Cole.
Lit the Bears up for 300 yards.
Come on, DraftKings.
Zach Wilson, he played a bunch of bad defenses and couldn't do shit. He's probably gonna. I feel like he'll be like a top 20. If they got the weapons.
This reminds me. The shirt I'm wearing is not for no reason tonight. Nate, we got called out the other night. What? You and I, we may have made some wild proclamations at the beginning of the season that Alan of Strikeout Beer just happened to write down, and he kept his receipts.
What did he say?
Well, you may have said something about Cam Newton starting 10 games for a team this year.
I'm not worried about that.
Didn't exactly pan out. And you did say you would do the hot chip challenge, so get ready for those messages. I may or may not have said that Amon-Ra St. Brown won't finish top 10 in literally anything, which was kind of a bold thing. And I didn't even make a counter bet. Like, it was just either I lose or nothing. So Amon-Ra St. Brown is currently number 7 in receptions in the NFL. And I said I would eat his jockstrap if Amon-Ra St. Brown finished in the top 10. So
that's kind of awful.
Oh, my God. The Rams with a pick in the end zone off one of the most flimsy.
I told you. Derek Carr is a shit quarterback.
He's stepping up in the pocket.
Sack. Just take the damn sack.
Oh my God!
Just go down. You're still in field goal range. Take the sack.
What is he doing?
I told you. Derek Carr. Derek Carr is a shit quarterback.
He looks a lot less like a raccoon tonight. He kind of let up on the mascara and the eyeshadow tonight, but. Man, what a silly pass we should say from Derek Carr on that one.
He said,
Rapid Dave. What's up, dudes? Man, you know what's hilarious is Rapid Dave. I followed Strikeout Beer. Let's just say long enough to have a T-shirt now, right? And I know Rapid Dave. I know his real name, right? We all know Rapid Dave. It's just a pseudonym. I know his real name. I know how to spell his real name. There's a lot of ways to spell his first name, and I know how to spell his first name. Rapid Dave, every time he has spelled my name, and I'm not kidding here, has spelled it wrong. And now what's funny about tonight is he initially spelled it like Dylan Moran, D-Y-L-A-N, and then he corrected himself only to spell it wrong again. It's okay. Oh, that's all right. One eye in Dylan Rapid Dave. Dillion never made sense to me. A lot of people spell Dillion, and I personally, it's been spelled that way so many times, and yet I've never met another Dylan that spells it that way. It's crazy. Like the stash too. You're goddamn right. I'm working on it, and boy, it's not Nate status, but actually, you just missed Rapid Dave. Funny enough. We were just talking about Strikeout Beer keeping our receipts the other night and the bets that we made. So yeah, this hopefully this will satisfy Alan, me wearing the shirt tonight, because God, if there's a jockstrap that I don't want to eat, it belongs to that guy. Oh my God. He said he'd make me eat the taint too, which is just
Jesus.
Yeah.
He said we keep receipts here.
So let's see. We talked about Ritter. We talked about Brittany Griner. Nate, there was another story here. I mean, if there's one you don't want, it is exactly. He was talking about, oh my God, talk about a guy just making excuses the other night. We've all seen Alan. We love Alan. I love his sense of humor. I know what kind of shape he's in. All right. And he's talking about, 10 years ago, I had this injury and just haven't been able to recover since. And that's why I'm a fat ass. And it's like, well, it could be also that you sit around and eat bullshit, but I'm not
Dude, he should just take the sack. Even if you take the sack, you're still in field goal range.
Jay Cisneros in the house. I said Cisneros and house at the same time. What's up, man? How's the fucking car sales business going? That's a lifestyle that is also just not for the faint of heart. You know, 1 minute you're just posting fun things on Facebook every day. The next minute it's all like, hey, check out this pre-owned fucking only 50,000 miles on her. Every goddamn post. And you know it's your job. You know you got to do it. You hate it, but you know you got to do it. Rams with the pass over the middle. Now we're 3rd and 10. We're still Raiders 13-3. 41 seconds left in the half. And Baker Mayfield has not given the ball back to John Wolford. This is going to be Baker Mayfield's game.
Yeah, he's not getting that. John Wolford's not getting that ball back. He's not getting his job back. You know.
What did Derek Carr do? He must have removed a lot of that mascara, dude. His eyes look normal tonight. Mayfield under center, kind of a weird trips formation, and we've got somebody else taking a handoff. Who the hell is this? Malcolm Brown back in the mix. All right. I like this. I like this Rams team not knowing who the hell anyone is because everyone's banged up. Oh, dude, you know what's even funnier about this bet that I have with Allen, right? So Amon-Ra St. Brown, currently 7 with 76 receptions this year. And so I was trying to do the math, you know, who's behind him if he gets hurt, right? Like who could pass him, and I won't have to fucking do this bet. Below 76 receptions is hell yeah. Business is booming. I love it. Good. I'm glad someone out there loves the car sales business because it's not many of them. So 72 receptions is where Cooper Kupp is sitting. And Cooper Kupp hasn't played in weeks, and he's still ahead of guys like CeeDee Lamb, you know, Mike Evans. It's just really crazy to see the kind of head start that Cooper Kupp had, guys.
So it's just
That's
not
crazy
bet.
Fucking, it really was a crazy bet. Listen, it wasn't crazy at the time. If you looked at the stats last year, when DeAndre Swift and TJ Hawkinson were playing, St. Brown didn't do shit. He turned it on at the end of the year because they had no one else to pass to. So I'm like, all right, well.
So now
those will be healthy. DJ Chark, Jameson Williams. God damn. Amon-Ra St. Brown is good. I'm not going to take that away from him. But Swift is made of glass. Hawkinson got traded away. And Jameson
Williams.
Williams.
They don't have anybody outside of him. So he has to be the guy.
I know.
Yeah, that's awful.
And the thing is, too, like, I got the idea from 8 Crazy Nights. The Adam Sandler cartoon movie. Like, no one actually eats fabric in real life.
Why would you even mention a jockstrap?
Why did I bother to fucking say, oh, yeah, I'll eat a jockstrap like a cartoon did? That's totally going to work out.
That's disgusting. That's just close golf under center. He sucks. That's tough. That's an awful one to deal with.
He did. Listen, Alan's a man of the people. He did offer me an alternative bet, which is rare. Not many people do that, especially when you know you're going to win a bet, to offer relief, to offer it out. So I got to see what else I can think of, because the last thing I want to do is be chewing on that guy's fucking thong to thong thong thong.
That's pretty awful.
But I find solace in the idea that he doesn't have a jockstrap, right? I mean, the last time he did anything athletic that would require him wearing a jockstrap must have been when he was a wee lad.
Probably. But I'm sure he's going to figure it out.
But the other story I did want to bring up, because we hadn't talked about it yet. This man.
Why would you bring this guy up? This guy is fucking... He is the poster child for CTE. Okay?
He's the yay of the NFL.
He is the poster child for fucking CTE. This man needs help. That's what that is. He needs help.
I don't know if anybody saw the picture from a while ago. It was a really crazy picture. It was Ye with one of his newer girlfriends after him and Kim split up, Antonio Brown, and Madonna, all hanging out together.
That's a weird combination.
And if you followed their careers lately, it makes total sense that they'd be all hanging out, because they're all fucking insane.
No. Oh man, this shit here. You know what? This young man needs help. He needs to get his brain scanned, and they need to get him some help because there's no way he's normal. There's no way he's normal.
So this from MSN, All Steelers on Fan Nation, and Noah Strackbein. Antonio Brown adds wild twist to police run with social media post. The latest Antonio Brown series had added a wild twist as the former Pittsburgh Steelers wide receiver adds speculation to his current run from the police. And this is from like just 2 hours ago, by the way. 10 hours ago. Brown has had a warrant out for his arrest with the Tampa Bay Police Department since December 1st. Police have attempted to arrest him at his home several times, but Brown remains locked in his house for what's now been a week. Dude, how nice is it to have money?
It's extremely nice.
Because he's already, the race thing isn't exactly working in his favor. So he's already a black man. The police should not be waiting for him to respond. This should be a no-knock warrant. We didn't know who was in the house. We accidentally did this, that. They are every day just showing up. Mr. Brown? Mr. Brown? All right, guys, we'll come back tomorrow.
They know he in there.
Rapid Dave says he wasn't normal before. Remember him kicking that punter in the game? Dude.
Yes, definitely remember that kick.
I've used that for a meme for this show. Hilarious. Let's see. Back to the story here. He's wanted on charges of battery to his ex after an incident last month where he threw a shoe at her. Who throws a shoe? Honestly.
He does.
Like a woman.
He does.
George Bush had a shoe thrown at him. Dodged it, though. Threw a shoe at her ponytail while attempting to remove her from the house. That's pretty specific.
That's really specific.
He threw a shoe.
He threw a shoe at her ponytail?
I bet he can take a whip and take out a candle if he can hit a ponytail with a shoe.
What the hell?
Now he's adding even more drama. Brown posted a mysterious picture on Snapchat of him and a woman in what appears to be his bedroom. And instantly, social media went crazy with speculation that it was Tom Brady's ex-wife, Gisele Bundchen.
Oh,
man. Posted a photoshopped image of her face on a naked woman only weeks ago.
Jesus Christ.
So far, the only suspect to be removed is TikTok star Megan Eugenio, who confirmed it was not her in the photo. With Brown's social media trolling over the last several years, he's certainly experienced enough to manipulate the public into, well, a story like this one. Good God.
This man needs help. Someone needs to help him. Jesus Christ.
So I think we're sitting here at what, 13? Is that ASAP Rocky?
Yes, 13-3. And they're doing this bullshit halftime show.
Hosted by 2 Chainz. Chain hang on my ding-a-ling. All right.
They're hanging.
Should we go over last week's college rivalry game?
Absolutely. You mean championship weekend? Absolutely.
Yeah, of course that's what I meant.
Yeah, it was
rivalry. That was 2 weeks ago.
It was an ass whipping.
That was 2 weeks ago.
It was an ass whipping.
Woo-wee. So number 4 USC. Wow.
Bums. Ass
absolutely
whip.
Falling to Utah 47-24.
Bums. Ass whip. They didn't deserve to be at the top anyways.
Caleb Williams still came out with pretty good numbers, but it was not enough.
Trash.
Let me ask you something, because you're a man of conservative values, and like, what do you think of Caleb Williams painting his nails?
Yeah, he got what he deserved. It's just that simple. Don't talk shit if you can't back it up. Just that simple.
Speaking of,
it was cute.
50-30.
Yeah, we put that on their ass. They ain't had no chance.
Number 1 Georgia romps into playoff with 50-30 SEC win in the championship game.
Yep. You
Those
know that
Purple Tigers never had a chance.
never had a chance. Never. They didn't have a chance. They came in. Their starting QB. He tried to go for it, but it just didn't work for him. That ankle was too bad.
Is that Jaden Daniels, right?
Yeah. Yes. Jaden Daniels. Yeah, he tried, but and then Gus. What was that guy? He came in. He did some great things. Not gonna lie. He kind of made me a little nervous. But our offense helped us, and defense did what they were supposed to do. So, all in all, it was a great win.
Gone are the days of Joe Burrow and Justin Jefferson. Michigan, boy, I was really rooting for Purdue. I'll tell you.
Who was? I think everybody was.
Really rooting for Purdue, but Donovan Edwards, another great day for him. Alex O'Connell, I think his name is Alex O'Connell, or Aiden O'Connell. Had a decent game, a lot of yards, 2 picks. This Jones character apparently was a walk-on, I think.
And this is the issue that I'm having with Michigan, is that Michigan's their main offense is running the ball.
Yeah.
You can't do that against SEC teams. They found that shit out last year.
Yep.
They found that shit out last year. And they don't have their star running back. He's done for the season. So Donovan Edwards is gonna have to be that guy, and he gonna find it real difficult if they try to play us. But they gotta get past TCU first.
It is quite an interesting geological clash when these northern men take on the southern men.
Listen, if you're north of the Mason-Dixon, you're not gonna beat us. It's just don't work that way. It's just not gonna work that way. It don't work that way. For whatever reason, those teams can't beat these teams.
It's really something. You just have this myth. It's like these, the Vikings of the North. Just they're gonna come in. They're gonna rape and pillage. The southern teams, and that's never the case.
Get their fucking teeth stomped.
They just get absolutely stomped every fucking time.
I could not tell you the amount of Michigan fans I had last year talking shit, talking about, oh, we gonna beat Georgia. Oh, we gonna beat Georgia. Yeah, okay. You flew from Michigan to Miami to score 11 points. Yeah, okay. That was a great game though. But
Kansas State over TCU, boy, what a loss that was.
It was a great game. Max Duggan is a great quarterback. I'm not gonna lie, that kid has heart. But they are going to need help. Like, he's going to need his receivers. He's going to need his running backs. He's going to need his defense to come and play against Michigan. He's not going to be able to do that by himself. But the key to beating Michigan, if you stop their run, if you stop the run game and you force them to throw the ball, you have a chance of beating Michigan.
We had Clemson 39-10 in the ACC championship game. The Subway.
Clemson.
Eat fresh.
Clemson shit.
No longer $5 foot long.
Clemson shit.
And then the American
Tulane was surprised. They won their first ACC title. The AAC title, sorry.
Tulane?
Yeah, they got their first championship. So unfortunately they couldn't go undefeated, but hey, congrats to them.
I can name
no one on that team.
Just alumni. I mean, I believe Matt Forte went to Tulane. I believe J.P. Lozman went to Tulane.
Who?
J.P. Lozman.
You got me on that one, buddy.
You don't remember J.P.?
No.
Bills quarterback, baby. Come on.
But so as we stand right now, the college playoff sits as such. TCU versus Michigan. And then it is going to be Georgia versus Ohio State. Now, Ohio State's best receiver opted out. It's going to be the Bulls. Yeah, do the Bulls. so it should be there. It's probably gonna be at the bottom.
Good
We're
Lord.
closer to this. It's gonna be January. Yeah, the New Year's.
Goddamn Bulls.
I think so. Yeah.
Hey.
That's funny. Cute.
Oh, I like this actually. Okay.
That's not gonna be a fun game.
Why you say that?
Notre Dame gonna get their teeth rolled.
Okay. That's all right. Maybe it's something I don't know.
Spencer Rattler's gonna have a field day with Notre Dame's defense.
This should be fun. Tennessee, Clemson. I like that.
No Hendon Hooker. No Hendon Hooker. I don't think it's gonna be that great of a game. Clemson may have a chance.
Sugar Bowl is going to be Alabama and Kansas State.
They're going to roll through Kansas State.
Music City Bowl, Kentucky and Iowa. The Fiesta Bowl. Here we go. Big time bowls. So, Michigan, TCU, Georgia, Ohio State.
Everyone believes that Ohio State has a chance. Why, I don't know. They're not going to have their best receiver. They still have Marvin Harrison. Marvin Harrison Jr. is there, but
Najeeba Smith.
Yeah, so he opted out. So this again, it's one of those teams that think they can come down south, and it's not gonna be a fun game for y'all. OSU ain't got a chance in hell. No, they don't. They really, really don't.
Well, listen now.
Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do what Michigan fans did last year, because they hyped their team up last year. You know the fucked up thing about it is they went across their entire campus Xing out G's just to get their asses kicked out of the playoffs. Don't do that.
Are you telling me Ohio State doesn't have a more explosive offense than Michigan? Baker Mayfield rolling to his left.
That's exactly what the hell I'm telling you. Did you watch that Purdue? Did you watch that Penn State game? You watch some of their games? They beat Northwestern. Was it Northwestern? They beat them 21-7. I'm not concerned about Ohio State.
Okay.
Do I think my team need to come and play? Absolutely. But am I concerned? No, not at all. CJ Stroud, this is what they're going to do. They're going to hype it up like they did Tennessee. Everybody was like, oh my God, Tennessee's going to come in, and they got the highest rated offense in the game. They got the most explosive offense, number one offense in the country. And guess what? They scored 13 points. They had one big play. We're going to come prepared. It's just what we do.
Mayfield will never pass. Oh, of course I should have had that guy in my freaking DraftKings. I tell you what.
So all I'm saying is Ohio State, they can enjoy it. They got back in because USC couldn't fucking play football. So, but I personally feel like LSU. I feel like we shouldn't even have to play LSU, to be honest. After they got their teeth smacked by fucking A&M, I don't think we should have to play them.
LSU Purdue Citrus Bowl could be fun.
Man,
Tulane USC in the Cotton Bowl. Rose Bowl will be Utah and Penn State. I like bowls, man. I can't lie. Like, it seems like for the most part, for the past few years, as long as I've been watching bowl games, I mean, there's been always.
I think they just got to start making it worthwhile for the players to stay, and I think that's what the 12 team playoff game starts. I think that's when it's really gonna, like, you're gonna probably actually see more people like stay and not opt out. I'm surprised Ohio State wideout opted out. That was surprising to me. But he chose to opt out. I'm like, all right, well.
I mean, all the guys who are like guaranteed big time,
at least help your team win a national championship. I mean, at least try to help them win a championship. Shit.
Fuck them.
Yeah, that's basically what he said. Fuck them.
I played ball. They paid me. Now I'm getting more paid. Fuck them.
That's pretty much what he said. So, Caleb Williams just won Player of the Year.
Really? Is this breaking news?
Yeah. Caleb Williams, he won it over CJ Stroud and Hendon Hooker. I think I saw earlier Jalen Hyatt, Tennessee. He won the Blinkoff Award. That's the best flat out in the country. And then I saw earlier that Will Anderson won Defensive Player of the Year.
Yeah, look at that.
They hadn't announced the Heisman yet
Let me bring it up here.
because I think that it's still going on.
USC's Caleb Williams wins Maxwell Award. Nice. The Maxwell is given annually to college football's Player of the Year and tends to foreshadow the Heisman winner as well. Ooh. 7 of the last 8 Maxwell winners have also won the Heisman. With a
I don't see him not winning the Heisman. They put Stetson Bennett in there for. I think they just did it to make him feel good about himself because he definitely wasn't a Heisman. He started out the season that way, but he didn't end the season that way.
I just want everyone to know, MFers, on this podcast, we are anti Kyler Murray. TJ, got your back.
Kyler Murray, that kid, he's gonna well, you can't cut him. You're paying him to. You paid him guaranteed money, so you can't cut him.
Man, what a week. College football. Boy, how about NFL? Huh? How about we had your Falcons?
No, we don't. I don't want to talk about them.
All right.
I don't want to talk about them. we played awful this week.
We had the Packers rally against the Bears. That was big.
Aaron Rodgers owns Chicago. He owns Chicago, and he's going to retire owning Chicago.
It's so funny. Like, after the whole "I own you," he just couldn't lose. There's no way he could have lost.
He was definitely pushed into him.
Lions, put a hurting on the Jags. Trevor Lawrence goes down, and the Lions never look back.
They give their fans hope, and then they go in. They win and again, like I said, for me personally, anytime I pick games, I never pick the team that had an emotional victory the week before because they never win. Because you put all that emotion into that one win, and then you come in flat next week and get your ass rolled, just like the Jacksonville Jaguars did.
The Minnesota Vikings said no thank you to Mike White. He had 369 yards, no touchdowns, I believe.
Mike White is going to be a star. I think he's going to be the quarterback for the Jets. I really believe. I think he's going to be there. I think he's going to be that long term because you look at what he did every time he's coming to the game. Like, he beat the Cincinnati Bengals last year. Nobody thought he had a chance of beating them, and he comes in and he beats the Bengals. And then he has a great game against Chicago this year. He played pretty well. Outside of 2 turnovers, but he played great. They hung in there. So I feel like he might be their starter. He might be the actual guy for this team.
They definitely have named him starter for this coming week. So hopefully, if he fares well against the Bills, then it's Detroit and Jacksonville after that. So, just hold on, baby. Come on.
They got to give him they got to make a great game plan for him. Like, you got to put him into position to win. And not just go out there and be like, hey, just throw the ball. Figure it out. This game here was, I'm not gonna lie, this game was fun. Like, this is a fun game to watch. The fact that it ended in a tie tells you how good this division really is. I can't even lie to you. Like, this division is great. This is a great division. Like, this is probably the first time in years this division has been this good. The fact that it ended in a tie blows my fucking mind.
Nothing makes me happier than seeing division rivals end in a tie because nobody wins.
Yeah, nobody wins. Nobody loses. Nobody wins. And it's just like, it's going to come to, I'm telling you, I believe that all 4 of the NFC East teams will be in the playoffs. I believe that. I believe it. I see it happening. I think that all 4 of them are going to be in there, and it's going to be fun. That's for sure.
The Eagles handled the Titans. Jalen Hurts had a hell of a game.
AJ Brown, okay, Jalen Hurts are literally winning my season for me. I'm in my league at work, and I'm 12-1. They are single-handedly helping me. And on top of Christian Watson came in with an additional 20 points to add on to what Jalen Hurts and AJ Brown gave me. So I think I would like to thank those players for helping me this year.
MFers, please, by all means, tune in next week. We're going to be doing Fantasy Football Award Show as we head into the Fantasy Football playoffs. We're going to take a look back and look at the guys. It's been a weird fucking season. As far as
fucking
who's top of this, who's top. Some guys make sense, but other guys it's been a weird fucking season.
It's been so weird.
But yeah, we're gonna be doing the Fantasy Football Award Show, so definitely check us out next week. Jesus Christ, Nate! I mean, before I even hopped on tonight, I was informed that my son might be being born tonight. So
what?
I didn't tell you that before the show. I didn't want to make any weird proclamations.
You gotta do how you just decided to slide that in there. That's something
we're an hour in. We're an hour into the show, and I might be having a son tonight.
You don't just slide that in like it's just nothing.
My wife's been walking all around, breathing weird, telling me, this and that. Be ready. So at any moment, MFers, I could have a second child tonight.
What the hell?
And you're witnessing it live. We're gonna live stream it here on Mostly Football. Everything. You're gonna see everything.
You gotta start the show with that.
That's a good way to wrap it up. Also, by the way, might have a second child tonight. Lamar Jackson.
That game was trash.
The game versus the Broncos, and yet still the Ravens were able to pull it out.
Nathaniel Hackett. And I hope Rapid David is still listening. If Nathaniel Hackett remains the Denver Broncos head coach, I will eat a hot gummy bear.
We got to stop doing this.
I'm willing to put that on a. There's no way Denver looks at Nathaniel Hackett after the egregious season this dickhead has had, and they say, this guy, we need to bring this guy back.
I agree. I totally agree.
There's no way. You cannot look at yourself and realize we definitely have a Hall of Famer at quarterback. It doesn't matter how the rest of his career goes. He's going to end up in the Hall of Fame. Russell Wilson's going to end up there. There's no way you look at your roster. You have Cortland Sutton. You have Russell Wilson. You have a pretty good goddamn defense.
Damn good defense.
Can't fucking score a touchdown? I can't blame everything on Russell Wilson. Some things you can blame him, but it looks like Nathaniel Hackett's just is like he plays Madden and he takes the plays off of Madden. That's what it looks like. That's what his fucking plays look like. Because nothing works. Nothing. Not a fucking thing. How do you not? Your defense literally has been keeping you in every single game. All you had to do literally was get in the field goal range. You could have won this game with the fucking field goal. But for whatever reason, your offense is shit. Russell Wilson, what does that say? 17 for 22 for 189 yards? Who the fuck? What the fuck, man? Yeah. 189 yards?
That's it.
I don't get it.
No TDs listed.
I don't get it. I literally do not understand what Nathaniel Hackett is doing with his life. I'm telling you, come Black Monday, Nathaniel Hackett will be the first head coach to be fired. Because if you look at Josh Jacobs is hurt. Well, he's hurt.
He's hurt, and the ball came out, so I don't know if he was touched or not. He was touched. Okay.
If Nathaniel
the ball came out, but he's touched. And
was he down?
Yeah. Carr takes the snap at about the Raiders 40. He rolls out to the right. I love when Carr rolls out.
He was. That's a fumble.
He didn't even reach it. Like
Oh yeah, there he was touched. There it is. Yeah, he was
Oh,
tackled.
man.
He was touched down by contact.
I love it, Derek Carr.
And Derek Carr knock his ass out.
Almost made it.
Yeah,
Bobby Wagner making sure he didn't.
But Nathaniel Hackett is going to be fired. He's definitely by far the worst head coach I've seen in recent years.
Terrible. And again, Russell, he is playing like shit. There's no denying that.
There's no denying that.
There's no denying that. But if you ask, 16 head coaches in the league, hey, would you take Russell Wilson in the Broncos defense? They say, fuck yes.
Yes, absolutely.
But you got to figure it out.
Nathaniel Hackett he's fucking awful. He said, and those ain't air yards. Wide receivers getting a lot of after the catch. Yeah, definitely. It's not nothing deep. It's mostly like little screen passes, something short in the extra yardage. So Nathaniel Hackett is going to get fired. He needs to be fired. He needs not to coach ever again. Like ever again. Like I don't know who thought because he had Aaron Rodgers. I don't think he needs to be a head coach ever again. Like literally, Dennis Allen is another one that should be fired at the end of the season. But I think they're going to give him some time because all the injuries they had. I believe this. Michael Thomas is probably going to get cut in the offseason.
Yeah, probably.
Michael Thomas should definitely be. If the Saints don't cut Michael Thomas, they like wasting money because this man ain't played in 2 years. And now he only played, 3 games this season? And now he's injured, out for the rest. No, you got to go, bro. We wasting money on you. We wasting a ton of money on you. So we got to get you out of here.
And big picture, I mean, Ravens are very much in the playoff, hunt, and Lamar Jackson is banged up, so they got to figure that out. Huntley,
I don't know how he's gonna play out. I don't think he's gonna they play Pittsburgh on Sunday, and then I think they got a few more tough games coming. So can you really rely on him? I mean, you're 8-4.
Here's what I'll say:
can't lose too many more games.
Tyler Huntley is by no means Lamar Jackson.
No.
But aside from Jalen Hurts, Kyler Murray, and maybe Josh Allen, there's another quarterback I would have to be my backup in Baltimore. I mean, the guy plays so much like Lamar. I mean, he's definitely not Lamar, but as far as having a guy who can replicate what we already do, Tyler Huntley fits the bill. So I don't, he hasn't wowed anyone, and he's played games before, but I do like that at least you could do worse. You could certainly do worse. You could do John Wolford.
I think he came in last year and beat Green Bay.
Yeah, I mean, if you have a situation, this is the one to have because Huntley executes the offense you already run pretty well.
Yeah, but the thing is, my question is how consistent can he be?
Exactly.
Can he win out and possibly keep them in playoff contention?
For sure.
Because I mean, you look at it. I mean, the AFC is they're not no slouch either. Because I mean, the Jets are still up there. I mean, the AFC East in the general is still competitive. I mean, they're all those teams at or above 500.
In your own division, I mean, you've got the Bengals and the Browns here at 5-7, so they're right behind you.
Right. So you can't lose too many more games. Yeah. And Cleveland and Cincinnati play this week. So I mean, that's kind of a step up on you, but you got to play Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh they've won a couple games so far. So I think they're right back in it.
The headline here says Watson rusty in return, but Browns get 27-14 win over Texans.
Oh, he was awful. Oh my God, that was a horrible, horrible showing. He played like shit, but you would expect that from someone who ain't playing almost 2 years.
Yeah, he looked like a guy who hasn't played in a while.
Yeah, he looked awful. He did. Thankfully, his defense and special teams stepped up for him because that shit could have went sideways.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it was a good thing they were playing the Texans and not an actual good team.
But also the good thing is after that game, no one is saying, "Oh, should we go back to Jacoby Brissett?" So I mean, at least he made that kind of an impact.
I think they should.
Oh
I
wow, okay.
think but I understand why
You would prove me wrong.
I get why you can't, because you're paying this man all this money. So you
It's
have,
only 230 million.
huh?
It's only 230 million.
That's a lot, and it's guaranteed money. So
It's
I
only
get
Ukraine money.
I I get why they can't go back to Jacoby Brissett, but I really feel like he was probably their best chance at winning. Um, he's gonna have to get it together, and I mean get it together real fucking soon, because you still have a chance to win, to get into the playoffs, but you got to figure it out. You can't get outplayed by Kyle Allen. This is what it. You can't do that.
Yeah, the Texans are looking pretty good as far as the number one pick goes next
Oh yeah, they get
year.
number one pick. It's probably gonna
Uh,
be It's probably gonna be CJ Stroud. I don't see them passing. And if Bryce Young's there, I think out of the two, I would probably go with CJ Stroud out of the two.
it'll be classic. You know, do we take the quarterback? Do we take the edge rusher? Which I'm sure will be Jalen Carter.
No, you don't take the edge rusher. If you take the edge rusher knowing you need a quarterback with fucking Davis Mills and Kyle Allen, you're a fucking idiot. You have to take quarterback. It's inevitable you take that quarterback.
I'm trying to remember when they took Mario Williams, if David Carr was already on the team still. I don't remember.
I think he was.
But that was a heck of a because everyone thought they were going to take Reggie Bush. And they went with Mario Williams.
Dude, they cannot stop Max Crosby for shit.
The mad, you know,
he's wreaking havoc in their backfield.
I would hate to just take away from Ted Hendricks, but he is a mad stork 2.0.
You can't whiff. Put your hands on him.
And there he goes again. Another half sack. Mayfield goes down.
Jesus,
fourth down for the Rams.
The Rams is just like, how you win a Super Bowl and you suck this bad?
It's bad karma from Stafford watching that girl fall down. He didn't even offer a hand or nothing. He turned around.
So
he said, "That's not my chick."
Seattle beats the Rams 27-23.
Yeah.
Geno Smith is still playing out of his mind.
Playing great, dude.
Cam Akers, that son of a bitch. I benched him because he ain't did shit all year, and all of a sudden now he wants to score 2 goddamn touchdowns. Asshole.
I mean, okay. Geno Smith is playing great.
Oh, that's a penalty.
The fucking guy is just playing great ball. Like I don't know what else to say. I'm just happy for the guy. It's been years of like him and EJ Manuel. Nobody even remembers EJ Manuel anymore. He's like so far out of people's memories. But Geno Smith is like a joke, and he's really killing it this year. Dude. I'm happy for the guy.
Like, I mean, he didn't play this well when he first started. Like he was awful in his first years. He was fucking garbage. Like terrible. You were the quarterback for the Jets, and you played like dog shit.
Awful.
If you played like this when you were first with the Jets, Rex Ryan would still have a job.
Yeah, he played terrible for his second team. I think he's been on 4 teams.
He's been awful. But now all of a sudden, and here's the thing: I'm thinking is this. I'm thinking it's the system. I'm thinking the system made the quarterback. I think that's why Russell Wilson was as good as he was. I think that system made it for him. And I think him being with Denver, how do you explain this to me? So last year, Russell Wilson had a pretty good year, right? How you drop off that much?
I think the injuries are piling up.
I'm not trying to hear injuries. You don't fall off that far. Like he fell all the way off. Like he went from Pro Bowl quarterback to bench.
Here's what's weird about it is he definitely sucked after he had that injury where his hand hit Aaron Donald's helmet and his finger got all fucked up or whatever. There's no denying he's been worse since that injury. The thing that's weird is Dak Prescott has looked pretty good, and I thought his injury was like similar. So I don't know. They have had very different recoveries, unless it's been like different fingers or something.
Here's something. So Russell Wilson's stats currently, as we sit for the Denver Broncos, he
Goodbye,
is
Rusty.
16th. He's 16th in yards. He's 29th in touchdowns.
Oh,
He's tied for 6th for interceptions, and
oh,
he's 28th overall for QBR at
ah,
35. 35. That's his stats for this season. Nobody falls off that hard. Nobody.
that's
I
so hard.
refuse. I refuse to believe that an individual like him falls off that damn hard. I refuse to believe that because it just doesn't happen. It had to been. It has to been the system. It had to. It had to have been a system for him. I'm trying to pull. I'm trying to get this shit to work, but it's not cooperating with me.
My issue with that is just my eyeballs. Like he was the system. He would drop back, roll around. After Marshawn Lynch, right? With Marshawn Lynch, it was a pretty balanced offense. You could do play action. The run game was effective. But after Marshawn, it's just Russell figure it out. Like run around and find Tyler Lockett down the field.
So let me explain this to you. I'm gonna put this shit into perspective for you. So this year, Russell Wilson
in perspective.
He threw for 2,558 yards. That's this year. For 8 touchdowns, 5 interceptions with an 83.5 QB rating. Okay? This is his 2021 stats. He threw for 3,113 yards, 25 touchdowns, 6 interceptions with a 103.1 QB rating. How the fuck you fall off that far?
I think it's the injury.
My ass.
And the new team.
It's the system. It's Nathaniel Hackett is the problem.
Plus, we have no idea how much thinner the air is in Denver compared to Seattle.
I'm trying to hear that shit. There's no way you fall off that hard. So it's either your system in Seattle was great, or Nathaniel Hackett's a really, really, really bad coach.
I'd go with the latter.
Because I just don't see it. Like they've had quarterbacks with bad seasons, but this is you're not even in double figure touchdowns yet.
Yeah, I mean, I'd almost have fucking. You could probably.
I think Mike White might have more touchdowns or close to the same amount of touchdowns he has.
Brock Osweiler probably had the same amount of touchdowns when he was on the Broncos.
It's like Russell Wilson in his entire career has never, except I think 2013. No, Russell Wilson has never thrown for less than double-figure touchdowns. He's definitely on pace to sit at 8 touchdowns for the rest of the season. He's never thrown less than 20 touchdowns in his career.
And he only has 8 right now?
He has 8 touchdowns right now.
Wow.
8.
I think he'll get 10, but that's terrible.
That's going to be a stretch if he gets 10 because he's playing Kansas City this weekend.
Man.
And their schedule doesn't get any easier. So I don't see it. Like a part of me wants to blame Nathaniel Hackett, and another part of me wants to just put the blame on Russ. Like you got the wideouts, obviously your run game shit, but I don't know, man. I can't. This isn't Russell Wilson. This is because I had the Broncos being really competitive this season.
Everyone did.
Russell Wilson. I think everybody had them competitive. I was expecting that this division was going to be probably one of the best divisions. That shit just blew up in everybody's face. The Raiders suck.
Broncos
suck.
Broncos
the Chargers are struggling. The Chargers are trying to figure their life out.
Yeah, I don't even know their record. But yeah. Chargers are.
We're 6-6 now.
Yeah.
Barely.
It's yeah. And I mean, they've dealt with obviously Javonte Williams went down, Jerry Judy's been in and out, but it's they traded Bradley Chubb, which was weird.
That was
But
dumb.
yeah, not enough to. It shouldn't be this bad.
So I think what's going to happen is I think Denver's going to they're probably going to take a wideout. If not a wideout, I'm just trying to see what direction they might lean towards in the draft. Because I mean, you got Cortland Sutton, Jerry Judy, was it Ken Hamlin? You still have him, but he's on IR. You have wide receivers. You got people who can catch the damn ball. You just need running backs. Like your running backs have been shit. You had Melvin Gordon. He had a fumbling problem. Javonte Williams went down. And then that's really been it for you.
Yeah, Murray's been okay, but they'll probably go with the best. Yeah, they'll probably go with the best defensive player available. As weird as it sounds for a good defense.
Yeah, I guess because I guess you need a pass rusher. You still got I mean, your defense isn't bad. Your defense has been keeping you in the game.
Right.
Your offense is they got you. You got to focus on your offense. Your offense has been it's been pretty damn bad.
Yeah, if they could get if they could upgrade, Josie Jewell's been okay, but if they could upgrade middle backer, they probably will, and replace Bradley Chubb. I'm sure they'd like to do that. So it's been a weird fucking year for Denver for sure.
They'll figure it out. But
how about
Nathaniel Hackett has to be the number one. You have to get rid of him. You have to fire Nathaniel Hackett. It's a must. You fire him. If you do not fire him, you're going to have the exact same turnout.
How about the 8-4 San Francisco 49ers having to turn to the very last pick in the draft from this past season?
Mr. Irrelevant.
Brock Purdy will now be starting quarterback for the playoff-bound San Francisco 49ers.
The good thing about him, he has a smart coach.
Yep.
He has a great offensive line, receivers, running backs, and you have a great defense. So all you have to do is not make mistakes. And that's exactly what he did. That's exactly what he did last week. He came in a game. Garoppolo went out early. He came in a game and didn't make any mistakes. If you come in and not make mistakes, you can win games.
And, a game where obviously they weren't lacking for numbers. I mean, pretty good stuff from Tua and Tyreek, but
yeah,
the 49ers are playing great football.
Christian McCaffrey is going to come in and handle,
Mayfield goes all the way downfield. We got a pass interference.
Christian McCaffrey was a great acquisition for the Niners.
Yes, I mean, my God.
He's coming and he's playing out of his mind right now. And the fact that they got him for basically nothing is insane.
He's playing so well, and they're using him so well. Like, it's not that the Panthers didn't use him well. Like, you got a dynamic player like Christian McCaffrey, you're going to use him every chance you get. But he was all they had, and they beat the shit out of him. Now,
that's the thing with Kyle Shanahan. Kyle Shanahan is smart.
Now he can be a compliment to Deebo Samuel and George Kittle, Brandon Ayuk, guys like that.
And the thing with, like I said, Kyle Shanahan, he's smart. He knew once he got him, he already knew what he wanted to do with him. He knew exactly. Yeah. He already had plays drawn up for him. So, that was, like I said, it was a great acquisition for him. Do I believe that Brock Purdy is going to get them get them deep into the playoffs? No. I think that's going to be their downfall, but because you're not going to be able to manage the game throughout the playoffs. Like,
right.
It's not going to work there. You're going to have to take risks. You're going to take chances. It's going to be something for you, but we'll see how it plays out. But he played well. He played well against the good Dolphins defense. So,
yeah, I mean, you couldn't ask for more, but it's I'd be nervous if I'm a 49ers fan for sure.
Yeah, 100%.
Bengals once again take down the Chiefs in a battle in the AFC.
They have the Chiefs number.
Indeed.
They have the Chiefs
did little to nothing here.
I don't know what it is, but the Chiefs got a problem with the Bengals. And I think it might be Joe Burrow.
The very Raiders team we're watching right now handled the Chargers. Washington handled,
That
but
game was awful. They played like
took care of the Chargers last week. Josh Jacobs tearing it.
the Chargers. Justin Herbert is going to have to start. He's going to have to start carrying. He's going to have to start carrying his weight. Because I don't like you can't. You got to do better than that. You got to be able to do better. You got to be able to get the balls to your playmakers. You have a good running back. Your defense is a little. They've been injured. They don't have so Joey Bosa's out, so you don't have that guy. So that's rough on you. But
Right.
Justin Herbert has to figure he can't miss the playoffs again. If he missed the playoffs again, they're going to have to fire. They're going to have to fire him. What's his name?
Oh, Staley.
Yeah, he has to go.
It would be very on brand for the Chargers to just do pretty well in the regular season and then nothing in the playoffs. Very on brand.
They've been up and down, so we'll see. This ass whooping here.
Woo.
I didn't 33 points in the fourth quarter. Like the Colts are just
they got ugly.
Here's the issue. So with the Jeff Saturday hire, it's gonna make Jim Irsay look like a fucking idiot. Okay, you won one game since you hired him. Since he's been the head coach, one, and everything else has been you lose to the Eagles late in the game,
Damn
and
right.
then I think they lose 2 more after that. And then you get your teeth kicked in by the Cowboys. Where do you go from here? Matt Ryan, he threw for 2 touchdowns, but he had 3 interceptions. He turned the ball over a lot. They fumbled the ball, interceptions. They played bad. They did exactly what they should. That's how you lose. They did exactly what bad teams do, and they did it. Anything you could think of, they did it, and they cost them the game. 54 points. Who the fuck is 50 hung on their head? This is professional football. It's in college.
Yeah, the Dallas defense has actually been playing pretty fucking well all year long. How about Tom Brady?
Oh man, he broke so many hearts. Oh, they're 4-9. Oh, that's even better. He broke so many Saints fans' hearts on Monday, and he brought a big ass smile on my face. So my daughter was watching the game with her grandparents, and they're Saints fans, and they got her yelling "Go Saints." I was like, "You motherfuckers!" Okay. And then I'm just watching, and I'm in and out of the game. Like I'm not really watching it, but I'm like I'll flip back and forth here and there, and all of a sudden I hear "Oh!" And I'm like, "What happened?" And then I'm like, "Oh, okay, they're playing bad." And then I just so happened to watch the last of the game, and I'm like, "Come on, get this last touchdown." And then he throws the touchdown to Chris Godwin, and I'm like, "Yes." And then I'm like, "Penalty." I'm like, "Fuck." I was just like, okay, so now they're backed up. I'm like, there's no way they're going to get this shit. And here's my thing. As a linebacker, they finally got 3 points on the field.
Nope. Missed it.
Oh, you jackass.
Still 13-3. Raiders now have the ball at the
and it's your fault. It's his fault.
Yard line.
He committed a penalty. He did something stupid and cost the team. Anywho,
Josh Jacobs, looking to pass it, he goes forward.
So, if you're a linebacker, right? Because I watched the last play and they kind of slowed it down, and the linebacker had the running back in coverage. Why are you watching Tom Brady? Why do your eyes go to Tom Brady?
You got to know where he's looking.
Tom Brady's not running. He's not Lamar Jackson. He's not Jalen Hurts. He's not Josh Allen. So the linebacker drops in coverage. DeMario Davis, he drops in the coverage, and he looks. He takes a quick glance at Brady. Why? Why did you look at Brady? Brady So I think they were on the 10-yard line. You telling me Brady takes off running, you think you're not going to catch him in 10 yards? I'm pretty sure your defensive lineman can catch him before he gets past the line of scrimmage.
He runs with cement in the shoes.
There's no way you should. So he takes his eyes off the running back for a split second, and that's all Brady needed. And it's a touchdown. I was like, you got to be shitting me. I'm like, how, bro? And I'm sitting there looking, and I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, what were you looking at? What exactly did you see that made you say, I'm going to peep in the backfield? Because Brady's not going anywhere.
Dude, he's not any faster now than he was his rookie year, and he was never. The thing about it, though, is I love it. He's one of the slowest quarterbacks to ever play in the NFL, and yet he has like an absurd amount of rushing touchdowns from all the goal line.
Just goal line stuff.
Fucking QB sneaks he's done.
And that's it. I was like, so basically you pitched your coverage away because you wanted to peep in the backfield, and you just didn't understand it. Like Brady is not going anywhere. He's not running. He's not good. If he does, by the time he gets past the line of scrimmage, he's not gonna outrun nobody. Like he loses the game. Plus, you got to know the situation. If he gets caught in bounds, the game's over. He's not running. Watch your assignment. And it's just a split second, and boom, done. Game over. But I'm going to be honest, I enjoyed that. Anytime the Saints lose, I hate the Saints so much that I root for any team that plays them. Whether it's the Buccaneers, the Panthers, I don't care who it is. If your team is playing the Saints, guess what? I'm a fan of your team. Just that simple. That's how much I hate the Saints.
So we have wrapped up the NFL scores from last week. The third quarter of Thursday Night Football is coming to a close here. 13-3. Las Vegas Raiders.
There's Josh Jacobs again.
Over the LA Rams. My DraftKings is not looking very good. So anyone who was rooting for me in DraftKings, I'm sorry.
Oh, I see what they're doing. So they made him switch his hand. They made him switch his ball hand. So he's now carrying the ball with his left hand because his right is jacked up.
Dude. In this captain showdown, like the number one score has the Raiders defense as the captain. That shit never works. Any minute now, I'm going to take over. God damn it. I fucking hate DraftKings. I hate betting. I hate everything about gambling.
It's a guessing game, dude. It comes down. It's a guessing game. You go in with so much optimism. You're like, yes, $1 and I could win 5,000, and you never do. Even if you know matchups and you know this and you know that, anything can happen in NFL. Like nothing's like consistent with college. Like college, you know what's gonna happen. Like you know when certain teams play certain teams, then you know that team don't have a fucking shot in hell. But in NFL, I mean, the worst team, the Texans, could surprise and beat Dallas this week.
Actually, yeah. Speaking of the Texans, they're going back to Davis Mills. So how about that?
So you really just never know. It's like you said, any given Sunday. So Dallas could possibly lose to Houston on Sunday. You never know. Shit happens. It sucks, but shit happens.
Nate, you got anything else to say to these MFers?
We got screwed in our trade today. So, Joe Biden, you're an idiot. You're a fucking idiot.
You know, you could have said, I'm happy for Brittany Griner.
I don't give a fuck about her. She could rot in a fucking prison cell for all I care. That her life isn't worth the lives that this man took. Okay? Listen, you don't get death anywhere in your nickname if you don't earn that shit. Okay? You don't people don't just nickname you death if you don't earn it. He earned that name. That wasn't a self-proclaimed name. That is a name he earned from his business.
I could argue that Brittany Griner was the merchant of death of the WNBA. She was serving up.
She's gonna come back. It's just gonna be so sad. It's gonna be so sad. And you know what the fucked up thing is? She's gonna get a welcome home party when the WNBA season starts again. They're gonna praise her. Everybody's gonna be hugging her. And I'm like, somebody need to punch that bitch in her stomach. It's just that simple. Just
I wonder if
punch
she
the
got
bitch
any new
in her stomach.
tattoos.
Huh?
I wonder if she got any new tattoos.
Punch the bitch in her stomach. Catch her with a elbow somewhere. Cause I still can't understand that trade. I guarantee you, if I tried to put that trade in Madden, it wouldn't happen. Madden would say, no, this is not a fair trade. You literally just traded you traded Justin Jefferson for fucking Baker Mayfield. That's what you did. That is exactly what you did. Just bullshit.
Got the Raiders on the field, 4th and 1. They're gonna snap it. Derek Carr
They're gonna snap it.
gets the sneak and he's pumped. A whole 14 minutes left to go. They're only up by 10, but he's pumped. How about Jalen Hurts? Cannot be stopped this year on 4th and 1.
Yeah. They're pretty damn good on the 4th and 1. Any 3rd and 1, 4th and 1, they're pretty solid. But here's the funniest thing that we didn't talk about. The Titans fired their GM after Sunday's game.
Dude, thank you. I was going to mention that after you were talking about A.J. Brown. How funny is that, dude? They waited until the player they traded owned them to be like, you know what? You're an idiot. You're a fucking idiot. This is your fault.
You traded A.J. Brown away for Treylon Burks. And you know what's funny? I guarantee you could have kept A.J. Brown and Treylon Burks would have still been there.
Oh, for sure.
I guarantee, because I don't think nobody was going to pick him. I think you could have sat where the Titans could have stayed where they were at and still drafted Treylon Burks. There was no reason. They jumped up to trade for him, right?
I don't think so.
Yeah, I think they did, because that was their first round draft pick. I think they traded A.J. Brown to the Eagles to get whatever spot because they had 2 first round picks, right? And they had 2 picks in the first round.
Yeah?
Yeah, they did. And they jumped up to take Treylon Burks. You got to be stupid. That's why you're jobless. You got to be a stupid ass GM to make that trade.
He made 1 catch. It was a touchdown, and then his head was concussed.
And he's been concussed ever since. And now he's finally starting to show out, but it's too late. A.J. Brown lit their ass up, what? They got 119 yards and 2 touchdowns?
Uh-oh. I didn't see who was down there.
It's big man down. But yeah, that shit is hilarious, dude. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Like, the fact that they fired him, and the craziest thing is there's a video with Eagles fans flipping up the GM while he's sitting in his box. So there's like, you know what? Don't get on the plane. Don't even get on the plane. Just you find your own way home. Your ass is fired. Just find your own way home. You gotta figure it out.
You better grab a guitar, take your ass to Nashville, figure it out.
That is fucking hilarious, dude. When I saw that, I was like, man, it's like right after you get your ass torched by A.J. Brown. And you know, he's been throwing shots at them all year. What game was it? It was one game. I think they played the Chiefs where no receivers, none of the wideouts had a catch. Only
a single catch.
And A.J. Brown's like, man, that must suck.
Yeah, ain't nobody open.
He's been trolling them all year. And I'm like, they must have just been like, this is bullshit. And just to watch him thrive in his Eagles offense is insane.
Like, I remember when the Chiefs they were very wide receiver poor, and Jeremy Maclin was their best receiver, and they finished the year with 0 wide receiver touchdowns. And even that was not as sad as finishing a game without a single catch to a wide receiver.
Single.
That is unheard of.
It's extremely unheard of. And it was
Like
and it
my high
showed
school
too.
could do that because
Huh?
they run. My high school could do that because they run the ball every play, but that works in high school.
That's high school. It can't, not in the NFL. You're paying these guys actual money to fucking catch a ball, and they can't do that. But it's hilarious that he got fired, and rightfully so. He should have gotten fired. But AJ Brown is, dude. I'm telling you, man, that dude, he's something else. He's most definitely something else.
So what's going on? So Amazon's throwing a concert at midnight that
it's like after they do like so they allow like artists to come on and showcase their new music. So it's like every time after the game. So it's stupid. It's weird. So it looks like Jalen Ramsey's getting roasted on Twitter.
Did you do your Spotify Wrapped for the year?
I have not yet. I'm sure I'm probably gonna do that here shortly.
People get really into that.
Dude, it's nice. It's crazy just to see. Like for me, like I'm music oriented. Like I listen to music on the way to work, while I'm at work, on the way back home from work. It's crazy just to see the amount of hours I listen to music, the diverse artists that I listen to throughout the year. It's absolutely insane for me. I'm trying to see if they announced the Heisman. Oh, I guess the Heisman is not going to be till later.
Nate's just blasting metal all day, every day.
Pretty much, for the most part.
I love Chucky.
That's pretty much.
Cal.
Man, it must be. If you got Daniel Carlson, you're getting points tonight. That's for damn sure.
I fucking hate
damn field goal.
I hate sports. I hate gambling. I give up.
It's only fun when you win. That's what it is. It's only fun when you win.
I fucking give up.
The Rams they've just been awful this year, man. Like they just like you went in, you got Bobby Wagner. You can't get Odell back. Odell don't want to come back because you're not even in playoff contention anymore. It's
sad because there's guys like Wagner and like Stafford who you're like, are they going to get a second chance? Or, this kind of seems like the last hurrah.
I mean, the good thing for Bobby Wagner here, he got his Super Bowl ring. Stafford got his. Yeah. I believe, me personally, Stafford needs to walk away at the end of the season because he's not playing great football. He didn't play great football last year. But
then this team also leaves themselves kind of in a situation where you traded all your picks away for certain players. Yeah.
Remember the shirt you had and the fucking coffee mug? The fuck them picks? Yeah, that shit gonna come back to bite you in your ass now. Because now you gotta deal with it now. Now you gotta deal with the fucking the fallout from that shit. Oh, we don't need them picks. Fuck them picks. Odell gets hurt. He doesn't want to come back. You traded. So who you give away your shit for Bobby Wagner. You gave your shit away for. It's just pointless. So now you don't have first round picks for a while.
If anybody on the Rams staff says, "Well, we got Baker Mayfield," I would slap them immediately.
Slap. He's like, "Go sit your stupid ass down somewhere." And you have a lot of holes on your team. Your wideout. I mean, Cooper Kupp's good, but I mean, is Allen Robinson and Vance Jefferson your number two? Cam Akers, he's in a doghouse. I mean, you got Tyler Higbee. He's still good. Your offensive line is in shambles ever since last year.
Big time.
So what do? You don't have a first-round pick. So what do? You rely on a second, third? I mean, that's tough. And your defense is struggling. Jalen Ramsey ain't as good as he used to be.
Bobby
Wagner, shit, Aaron Donald, big ass should have retired last year.
Okay, I'm glad you brought him up. It's going to sound, I get it, immediately this is going to sound weird, but think about where they are. Think about the help they need. Would you trade Aaron Donald?
Yes.
Okay.
I 100%. If I could get a fuck ton of picks for him, I would definitely trade him. I would 100% trade him.
You know who could use Aaron Donald?
No, you don't. Y'all don't need it. Y'all
Not
don't need any more
Philly.
help. Y'all don't need any more help.
Not Philly.
Who?
Atlanta.
Man, listen.
Imagine Aaron Donald as Dirty Bird.
Don't nobody want to come to Atlanta. Okay. Nobody want to be associated with people who choke leads away late in games. Don't nobody want to be associated with that shit.
Until Desmond Ridder starts lighting it up.
Yeah, if he lights it up. Don't nobody want to come here and be known as the team. That's why who was that we had this that retired in the beginning of the season? I can't think his fucking name. Yeah. I still gonna he was like, yeah, no, I'm not doing this. Yeah, y'all got that. I'm not for this come here and ruin my name. No.
Dude, this man went through OTAs, minicamp, and took a look around and said, you know what? Never mind.
He's like, nah, I'm gonna head out and retired. And fucking retired on us. Okay? So no, Aaron Donald's not coming to Atlanta. We can't afford it. We can't. It's bad enough. We got our best defensive player is Grady Jarrett. Beyond AJ Terrell is good. He handles his business on the back end, and I'm okay with that. But we need pass rushers. We can't sack the quarterback. Grady Jarrett, he's our best defensive lineman. Outside of Grady Jarrett, I can't name not one other player that's on that defensive line.
They haven't done much.
They haven't done shit. And the problem is, we, for whatever reason, if you look back at all the draft picks when we took Vic Beasley, which we should never took Vic Beasley. We should never took him. There was definitely better players that we could have taken besides Vic Beasley. But for whatever reason, Dan Quinn, I hated Dan Quinn. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I hate Dan Quinn so much. I hate him with the very existence of my soul. I hate Dan Quinn. Because he did nothing for us. Nothing. He left his team in shambles. They left us in fucking cap hell. They didn't do shit. Him and Thomas Dimitrov didn't do shit for us. Besides leave us in fucking limbo. They didn't draft well. Outside of Thomas Dimitrov was for Julio. Outside of who I can't. There was not one good draft pick that they made since when they paired Dimitrov and Dan Quinn together. Not one. Because none of the guys are still there. Deion Jones is gone. Tack McKinley, he been gone. Vic Beasley's gone. Devondre Campbell was a fucking star, and they didn't know how to use him. Now he's in Green Bay. Then we kept we kept a bunch of shitty people on our defense who couldn't cover water to save their fucking lives. They didn't do shit for us, man. They left us in a bad situation, and then and we gotta suffer for it now.
That Jalen Collins pick is rough.
I'm telling you, if I ever see Kyle Shanahan in public, I'm gonna show how important it is to kick the ball. I swear to God, I'm gonna kick his balls and up into his stomach. And I'm like, that's how important it is to kick field goals. Because all you had to do, you kick a field goal, we win the game. Period. You kick the fucking field goal late in the fourth quarter, we win the game. Tom Brady cannot come back and beat us.
Nate, I don't know if you're going to believe this. We are under 10 minutes left to go. The Rams have been playing absolute dog shit football, and they're still in this game.
Yeah, that's the sad part. They're still in this
if
game.
they score on this drive, they are very much alive, with only down 2 scores.
And they still got time. And Baker Mayfield is throwing some strikes right now.
Baker fucking Mayfield signed this week.
They took Cam Akers out of the game again. He ain't playing no more. He's in the doghouse. Oh, good block.
No. DraftKings, why? Oh, man. Wobbly passing Mayfield downfield. Tutu Atwell didn't happen.
10 for 19 for 119 yards. I mean, that's pretty good saying that you just got signed to the team.
It is, dude. But I'll say this: like,
Step
if
up,
I'm
step.
John Walford, if
That's
I'm John Walford, and he completes one pass, and the whole crowd's like, I'm just like, fuck you
yeah,
guys.
your job's over.
God.
The problem I have with Baker is he doesn't really feel pressure. Like he'll stay like instead of climbing the pocket, he stays there. Like climb the fucking pocket, bro. And then you won't get like you're scared at this point because you see his hand.
And Baker's a cool story. Like, he started off at Texas Tech in college. I don't know if he had a scholarship there, but he went to Oklahoma without a scholarship. Ended up starting, ended up winning the Heisman, ended up being number one overall draft pick when you had guys like Sam Darnold and Josh Allen, particularly, you could have taken right behind him.
Yeah.
But here we are, Browns, Panthers, and Rams later. And the final thing that I wanted to say before we got out of here, especially because the Raiders are playing. Dude, I'm old enough to remember. I thought that Josh Jacobs' career as a Raider was over when we watched the Hall of Fame game, the very first bullshit exhibition game that the NFL puts on after it's basically the last preseason game / first regular season game.
Mm-hmm.
And Josh Jacobs played a lot in that game. And everyone in the fantasy community was saying, oh, this is it. They're just trying to showcase him for a trade. They're going to cut him.
I definitely thought it was done.
This motherfucker is leading the NFL in rushing yards, and he's been tearing it up, and good for him.
Yeah. He's tied. He's first for rush yards, and he's tied for touchdowns. He's tied with Derrick Henry for 10. So it's been a pretty good season for him.
Chip on your shoulder, man. Sometimes it really does work.
Yeah, and sometimes it does. So just got to keep playing that way.
Man, what a show. What a live reaction. What a rant we had about Brittany Griner. I still might have a second kid tonight. Who knows?
Jesus. You try to make sure you're prepared for that.
Yeah, I only drank one beer just in case she's not bluffing.
Go give her something spicy. That usually helps.
Babe, I know I know the heartburn is absolutely killing you, but how about this jalapeno?
It might help.
Dude, Madden, talk about a letdown. We were going to talk about like fraudulent heroes and things like that. I have bought Madden every year since.
Crazy.
I mean, I had Brett Favre quarterback club.
I used to do that. I did it for a while. Yeah. I bought Madden every year. I think I bought 19. I had that one, and then I bought 20, and then that was it. Like, I stopped buying them shits every year because I was like, this is the same fucking game. That's really it.
It really has become the same game, different names. EA, all the different type of bullshit they do and steal your money.
And then they push back NCAA. They push it back to 24, which is fucking stupid.
Which also reminds me, man, one last thing. Matt Leinart is a part of a new football video game coming out, the Hall of Goats. so keep your eyes peeled for the arcade football game Hall of Goats.
He's not a goat. He was shit. I mean, he was good in college, but he wasn't shit in the league. He was
not the best Cardinal, not the best Arizona Cardinal.
No, he was awful. He was terrible.
The Bears are who we thought they were.
He was definitely that.
Oh, man.
And I don't know. I feel like I think the league got to start. You got to get better scouts because we shouldn't have that many busts. Like you gotta start scouting differently at some point because there had to be a sign that says Baker is not that guy. There had to be a sign that says Matt Leinart is not this guy. Blake Bortles is not this guy. Ryan Tannehill isn't this guy. There had to have been something there that said that these top picks were not these people.
Well, and just you saying that, I mean, you hit it right on the head. Like some teams are really good at drafting, and some teams are not. So I think personally, one of the best teams since I've been watching football drafting has been the Ravens. Like they have only won two Super Bowls since I started watching. Like Trent Dilfer Super Bowl and then the Flacco Super Bowl, but consistently competitive teams, offense and defense.
Mm-hmm.
They every year in and year out, they don't pick in the top 10. They just draft very well. And then you mentioned the Browns, Baker Mayfield. There's a team that never drafts well. They fuck it up every year. They suck. Myles Garrett was a great pick, but it still has turned into nothing. Other than that, like you're right, Mayfield. I mean, just go on and on. But yeah, some teams.
Because
the Raiders terrible drafting.
They've had what 30 quarterbacks since fucking 2000 maybe.
Yeah.
Like they've had a number of starting quarterbacks, wide receivers. I couldn't name you one top. Josh Gordon was probably the only top Cleveland Browns receiver that I can give you name wise.
And that was a fluke.
And that was a fucking fluke. And then he ended up burning himself out with fucking drugs.
He was like a compensatory pick.
So I couldn't name you one top fucking Browns receiver. Running backs, yeah, I can give you those. Peyton Hillis was good for 1 year, and then he fucking fell off.
I think the best receiver they actually drafted was Braylon Edwards, but his best years were with the Jets.
Yeah, definitely his best years was with the Jets. The Browns, they don't.
Well, I shouldn't. Okay, I shouldn't. They did draft Josh Gordon, but it was different.
But it was like that bullshit draft.
Yeah.
So and if he'd have stayed on a straight and narrow, he probably would have been a top 10 receiver, but he couldn't keep the weed on. He couldn't stay off the weed.
Remember, it was a weird year. They had Josh Gordon and Terrell Pryor were tearing it up for them at wide receiver. What a year.
That was even awful. Like, what the fuck? Terrell Pryor was a quarterback for Ohio State. How the fuck you say you moved him to core receiver? I was like, all right, well, there's that. But the Cleveland's been a bad organization for a very long time.
No doubt.
The fact that they traded for Deshaun Watson and paid him as much as they paid him says it all of how bad that organization really is.
So we're down to 6:32. The Rams are looking at a 3rd and 10 here after an incomplete pass to Ben Skowronek from Baker Mayfield. I don't plan to ride out the entirety of this game on live stream, but I do want to see what happens with this drive.
It's going to end up being a field goal. It's going to end up being a field goal. Unless Baker can get this 3rd and 10, it's probably going to end.
Crosby and Chandler Jones looking for the sack. Mayfield lined up 3rd and 10. He's got 3 receivers to his right. Drops back. Makes the pass. Out route. And Tutu Atwell has it for a first down. And the cameraman goes down. Nice.
Tutu Atwell, he's been coming along really nicely for them.
Yeah, finally. I mean, geez. I think he was a 2nd round pick. Tiny guy, but damn, he's fast.
Yeah. Oh, come on, that cameraman went. His shit was soft.
Man, Crosby. A good pass rusher, right? Just has an arsenal of moves.
And because Chandler Jones is there too, right?
Oh, yeah. Atwell with another pass, breaks the tackle, but wrapped up right after that.
I'd hate to be a star pass rusher and have another star pass rusher on the other side, and you're not helping me. Like, I need you to, like, we supposed to applying pressure. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Because that's what Chandler Jones was brought in there for, is to help out.
Yeah.
The Raiders probably in the top 5 in bad organizations. Your entire 2019 draft is gone.
Oh, it's gone. What a night, and
Marcus
especially
Russell. Jamarcus Russell rings a bell.
it's like I like Mike Mayock too. He's like a draft guy. That's his thing, and
Yeah,
he's
he
been
fucked that all the
fucking
way
it
up.
up.
He fucked that all the way up.
I
Oh,
mean,
Cam Akers, get your ass in the end zone.
Cleveland Farrell and Tanner Muse and
All of them gone.
Garyon Conley,
What's the Alabama court? The Alabama receiver?
Ruggs. Yeah,
Yeah, Henry Ruggs. Like you just fucked up. All you just said. You know what? Let's find all the guys who might end up in jail one day and let's draft them.
Mayfield
And that's
looking. Crosby almost gets him, and now we go, man. Close. We've got a 4th down. We're looking at right about the 5-yard line here. Going to be 4th and 1. Rams definitely going for it.
You got to.
Well, what a night for Baker. I mean, this is it. This is prove it.
I mean, and the thing is, he played clean. He didn't turn the ball over yet. But he played. I mean, he played a great game. He threw the. I mean, it wasn't like he was being conservative. He threw the ball downfield. I think. I really think they should have. I think they should have had more. I think you should have more downfield passes. Like, keep that defense honest. Oh, that's not 1 yard. Am I tripping?
Yeah, it looks like a long one.
The way that ball is played, that don't look like they don't look like they're on the 1 yard line. That shit looks like it's like maybe like the 3 or 4 yard line. That shit don't look like 1 yard. Unless I'm crazy.
Well, they didn't even bother to go to commercial, so we're heading right back
like
in here.
30-second timeout. Sean McVay is I'm starting to realize Sean McVay is not really a offensive guru.
I truly wonder what is going through John Walford's mind, because
he lost his job.
Right. For sure.
That's what's going through his mind. There's his face. That's
That's a 1st down, but he almost got the touchdown. I needed that. Wow, what a play. Baker rolls out to his left, finds Akers, who we thought was benched. Fucking gets the 1st down. On a rollout.
You can't put. Oh, come on, man! You gotta push that shit forward. Good play call.
That was a good play. He just spun Trayvon Morig with a great stop. 1st and goal, Rams from the 1. Akers in the end zone. Rams are down a single score now. I mean, the Raiders have been owning this game.
They're gonna get a. You only got 1 timeout left.
1 timeout, but 3:19.
3:19 left. I mean, can your defense stand up? Jalen Ramsey's been getting his ass torched all goddamn game by Devontae Adams. So can they stand up and stop them?
I mean, what a big play on 4th down. And then Akers converts. Denzel Perryman just misses. He shoots the wrong gap. Well, it was a fine gap, but he missed. Wrong A gap. Man. Football.
Ooh, just barely missed it.
Game inches. Here I am on DraftKings, sitting well below.
All year, you've been all game. You've been waiting for a score, and it comes in the last 3 minutes of the game. And of course, it's the dude who's been in the doghouse since the season started. Them releasing Darrell Henderson was a shocker.
That was a big surprise.
That was a big surprise, especially seeing he was the fucking workhorse for this team. But apparently, I guess he had gotten to it with Sean McVay.
Oh, I thought that was Akers. Damn.
Nah, that's why he got cut. Because he had gotten into it with Sean. I guess he was disagreeing with something.
Oh. I just jumped about 3,000 spots in DraftKings, but
and it's good.
I'm still 41,329th.
Damn.
Not
Oh
looking
wait,
good.
so are you doing a fantasy DraftKings?
Yeah.
That shit is awful. I think the most I've won was like $75. I was like, I'm trying to win that $100,000. Shit.
Dude, it makes you want to
Life
fucking.
changing. You know how difficult it is to get that?
It makes you want to give up on life. Because
Oh,
first
man.
place right now is $17,000.
Jesus.
Damn it. All right. Enough of that.
Definitely. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Ooh, shit. I saw Lamb and I thought they were talking about CD Lamb. I was like, oh shit. So it looks like Anthony Lamb, he plays for the Warriors and he's been accused by 3 different women for sexual assault. When I saw Lamb, I was like, damn. I was like, uh-oh. There goes the Cowboy season. But it's another Lamb. Jesus Christ. They filed lawsuit. Lawsuits filed by 3 women alleges Warriors Anthony Lamb assaulted a student when he was at the University of Vermont. Yep, well, there goes your career. Whether it's real or not, there goes. So did you see the thing with Matt Ariza?
What happens in Vermont stays in Vermont. No.
So they dropped all charges against him.
He had like a crazy case against him,
yeah,
right?
yeah. So him and his teammates, they dropped all because they said that there was not enough evidence to convict him. So they dropped all the charges against him and his teammates.
Wow.
So, I mean, your career is over. I mean, you won't be able to go back to football again.
Right. I think that'd be
but they say the civil lawsuits are still in place.
Be a little bit of a PR nightmare.
Yeah, that's what that's going to be.
But look at the pretty boardwalk down here in LA.
But the XFL looks like it's going to shape up really nicely. I got to figure out when the USFL start their season because I wonder if that's going to be a conflict if it's going to be XFL and USFL at the same time.
So, what's so funny is, we were going to do our last show talking about the Liver King and all the shit that happened with him. And it's like, Joe Rogan was talking about him. And in the same kind of conversation, he mentioned how The Rock, probably uses steroids as well. And then all of a sudden now, it's like all these quote unquote news outlets. Joe Rogan says Rock's probably on steroids. And it's like, bro, that's your job. Your job is to write an article about Joe Rogan speculating on The Rock using steroids. Like, use your brain, okay?
Remember, they don't like Joe Rogan. Remember, Joe Rogan's he's an enemy of the media. He's
well, it's not even.
They think he's a conservative.
It's not even that though. It's just like that's considered a story. It's just so lame.
I mean,
Joe Rogan said this about The Rock. It's like, dude,
but you can't report. You can't because they don't report on real news. The real shit that's happening. Did you hear about what happened in North Carolina?
Yeah, somebody blowing up power grids.
Yeah, 2 of their power grids, they were attacked by gunmen. I'm like, what the fuck is happening? So should we prepare for something? You think motherfuckers is attacking power grids with fucking weapons? It's like, no, we need to figure this shit out.
I mean, if we're being honest, you've never looked at a power grid and thought, if I had a grenade.
Who hasn't? But I'm not dumb enough to do it.
Right. That's the thing, though. Like,
I'm not.
It's kind of if you take it from like the Fight Club perspective, right? Of just like mischief and things like that. It's like, okay, maybe it's a good thing this person's exposing how fucking fragile our system is when anyone could just throw a bottle full of gasoline at that shit and all of a sudden you've got a real problem on your hands.
A big ass fucking problem. So the Rams have no more timeouts. 2nd and 9. They got to get a stop. They can't get a first down. They allow a first down, it's a ball game. And that's close. So we got 3rd and 1. No timeouts. They still got the 2-minute warning, but they got it. They got to stop him here.
Are you ahead of me now? You've been behind me the whole fucking game. Now all of a sudden you switch lightning mode?
Fucking
You're
Amazon.
ahead of me?
It's fucking Amazon, man. This shit is fucking ridiculous. 1 minute you're behind, you're ahead of me, and I'm behind.
Bezos, get it right.
I don't think you can.
They did hold him though.
Come on. Oh, they stopped him. Yep. He's short. He's short. That's what you needed.
Now we got a game on our hands.
If I'm Sean McVay, I don't want to return. I'm putting all 11 guys up on that line. Go get me that ball.
So here we are, 4th and 1. Raiders still on the field. 6 seconds left. So if they're
you
going,
have to be a stupid ass head coach. Josh McDaniels, do not do this.
Okay, we got timeout.
Punt,
or no, 2-minute warning.
Punt the ball, Josh McDaniels. Unless you're gonna try to get them to jump, punt the ball.
Wow, dude. When they signed Wagner, it's not that I thought it was a bad move. I just didn't think it would move the needle. But that was a great fucking play.
I think he still has a lot. He's still got a lot in the tank, but
he's got the instinct. He knows where to be.
I think Seattle. I think it was time for him to move on from Seattle. I really think that's what that was. I think it's like it's sometimes you just need new scenery.
Next Thursday night is 49ers at Seattle.
Oh, that's gonna be a good game. Finally, they started putting fucking good games because the way they started the season was shit.
We just might be here for that one, folks. So stay tuned.
We may have to move the show till next Thursday.
And we've got a punt from the Raiders.
Oh, smart. I'm telling you, I would go all out. Send everybody, make them go get this shit.
Oh, wow, dude. Wow. What a great bounce. That shit hit it like the 20 and rolled all the way to the 3 on the sideline.
Recovered.
Damn.
Don't walk away. Oh, you. Yikes.
Damn, what a bounce.
Get the fuck out of here.
Shit.
Baker.
Matt Collins was doing the damn gritty. He liked it so much.
They've been talking about this right here is what everyone's been talking about Baker since his career started. Is what is he supposed to? What do you do now in this situation?
Here we are, less than 2 minutes. Mayfield takes the snap out of his end zone, and we got a pass complete to Tutu Atwell on the sideline. Oh, incomplete.
You got 1:45 left. What are you gonna do about this shit? You're in your own end zone. What are you gonna do? I hate these fucking routes. I'm so tired of these goddamn out routes. Like, throw something downfield.
So here we are. Raiders up 16-10. Rams looking to.
He's your fastest guy. I'm telling you, listen, get in the sprinter stance and you run your ass off, and I'm gonna throw you the ball. Just go get it.
You got 2 receivers to each side. He's looking left. He gets the out route again, and this time it's complete. Tutu Atwell for about 9 yards.
Why the fuck out routes? Why out routes?
Save time.
Look where the safeties are. There's no safeties. I'm telling you. If I get it, if you give me that look, I'm going to torch you. Okay? I'm going to
snap. He's looking left. He's over the middle. He's go. Hopefully that penalty holds up. Otherwise, it's a Raiders ball.
He threw an interception. Oh, come on, Baker.
Huh. Let's see what happens here. We've got
that's interception. That's going to be pass interference.
We got Laundry on the field.
That's pass interference. Yeah, that's pass interference. That was an easy call. I'm sorry. That's easy call. Easy call.
Woo.
Easy call. But my thing is this. If you're Baker and you get that look, you got no safeties deep. Everybody's damn near the line of scrimmage. I'm looking at Tutu Atwell. I'm like, hey, you run his ass down. Just run his ass down. Especially if you're going to play that close to me. I'm running. No. Go get it.
Jefferson's fast too. Baker takes it. Empty set. He puts. Oh no! Max Crosby and Chandler Jones met at the middle.
That's never good.
Whew. We got another flag. Oh boy, the refs want to keep this game going.
Ooh, that's gonna be a roughing the passer. That's definitely roughing the passer. That is definitely roughing the passer.
Now McDaniels is starting flat.
That's definitely roughing the passer. Yeah, Max Crosby. You just admitted guilt, you dickhead.
Oh, Josh is starting to sweat.
That's gonna be 15 yards. That's roughing the passer. That was an easy call.
Oh, unsportsmanlike conduct.
Yep. Roughing the passer, bro. Come on, man. That's easy. Those calls, that's it. They hit him directly in his face mask.
Called it on Jerry Tillery, and Josh McDaniels very clearly said that is bull spit.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is not what Josh McDaniels said.
Oh, shit, dude. What is the call there? Oh, Tillery got up and slapped the ball out of his hands. Wow, what an idiot. You'll see.
Because I saw the hit that they caught him right across the face mat, right there, right up under the chin. That's what they called?
Yep. Oh my God! What a fucking game, dude! Mayfield looks down the right sideline, throws up a prayer, and Skowronek between two defenders takes it away. Holy shit! We got a ball game. It's down to the Raiders' 40-yard line. Mayfield takes a snap. He passes it over the middle of the 41. I have no idea who this guy is. But, Melvin Brown. I keep forgetting.
This right here is where Baker Mayfield need to make his name. Right fucking here.
Holy shit.
You got to win this game.
We've got 38 seconds. No timeouts for the Rams.
Get out of bounds.
Hurry up. 2nd and 1. Mayfield takes a snap. Looking left, looking back right. Over the middle now. Skowronek. Oh, they got to clock this. They're going to have to get up and spike it. First down, though.
There's too much time. You're wasting too much time with the fucking audibles.
Oh, wow. 18, 17, 16, 15, spike. Okay. Ooh, boy. 15 seconds left, and the Rams are at about the 20. I think they're right about the red zone. Yeah. Oh, man. All of a sudden, this game that was never a game is suddenly a game.
They're not moving with the sense of urgency.
Damn, dude. Skowronek with a hell of a catch over Hobbs. Morig almost.
Finally, you throw the ball downfield, but you throw it in the coverage. Like, come on, man. Like, that's a thing. It's a good catch, but it's a dangerous throw. Because you got to run.
It's a pass.
See, you're ahead of me now. Is it a touchdown? No way. Who's it? Oh, was that Van Jefferson? Yes, I needed that touchdown.
Fucking touchdown.
Jesus Christ.
Oh my God, I can't believe we stayed for this. This is crazy. Holy shit, the fucking Rams drove on everyone on the sideline. Even Walford, he can't help himself. He's excited. Oh my God, the Rams are about to go up if they just convert this extra point. 9 seconds left to go in the game. The Raiders have dominated this whole effing game. Folks, we're staying here. We're 2 hours and almost goddamn 20 minutes into this thing, but we're staying here for you. Well, we're staying here for me, really, but. Oh, man. Las Vegas just letting another game slip away.
And you know what's crazy? I put Van Jefferson in my lineup because I needed him this week.
There you go. Rewarded.
I needed him because because Christian Watson's on fucking bye week.
Oh man.
And so is Chris Olave. But this is what you should have been doing. And this right here is going to give Baker a lot of praise. This right here is going to give him a lot of praise because this is what he's been lacking. They what?
No, I'm just kidding.
Yo, don't do that. Don't do that. Because I'll give him Baker praises now. Don't do that.
Shit, dude.
You almost missed that, but that's ball game.
That's got to be it.
It is it. It has to be. Baker, great job, Baker. Great job, Baker Mayfield. Great job, Baker Mayfield.
And the Rams go up.
You just lost your job. Well, the other guy lost his job.
Yeah, that guy definitely lost his job. Whoever the hell he was, he ain't anymore.
Matthew Stafford, you might as well go ahead and retire because you're not getting this job back.
Dude, Sean McVay. I mean, have you? Wow, Baker Mayfield just headbutted a guy with his helmet on.
Precision.
He's psycho.
Buckets. Look at his face.
What a psycho. Folks, I've never
seen. Dude, why would you do that? What's wrong with Baker?
That was so dumb. So dumb to headbutt someone without your helmet.
Yourself? You just won a game, a big game.
Dude. I've never seen.
He's only been with the team a couple days.
Excitement for a team to go to 4 wins.
Yeah.
For a team to go to 4-9.
Hey, listen, Baker. This is what people have been criticizing you about, and you held your own.
Dude, football is so weird. If John Wolford had won this game, nobody gives a fuck. But this is all about Baker Mayfield redemption story.
And this is, I think he's gonna get his redemption. I think the Rams would be a good spot for him, especially with pairing him with Sean McVay, and then you get a healthy Cooper Kupp, Vance Jefferson, Allen Robinson comes back. You're gonna have your nice little team.
Dude, what the hell? Looks like Marshawn Lynch is in the backfield. Brandon Bolden looks a lot like Marshawn Lynch these days. Oh wow, Derek Carr instantly. Okay.
Right. Well, you only need a field goal. They got a timeout.
Yeah.
But I don't see that happening.
Nope.
Oh, he took him to the chest. Oh, interception. That's unfortunate. That's Derek Carr for you, ladies and
gentlemen. Wow. Ladies and gentlemen, MFers, the Raiders, the Las Vegas Raiders were up 16-3 for I can't tell you how long.
Most of the game.
Until deep into the fourth quarter.
They choked away to Baker Mayfield.
And they just lost the game.
And just like that, Matthew Stafford has lost his job. Dude, you got, and he took a shot right to the chest, and I'm going to take that. That dude, Taylor Rapp, is a nice safety.
He is.
Corner. Where the hell he's nice.
Yeah. Yep. Wow. Fourth loss this season after leading by 13 points. That's a terrible stat.
Huh?
You'll see. Fourth loss this season for the Raiders after leading by 13.
You tied the NFL. Who are they tied with? The Falcons?
That is awful.
No, they're tied with the Ravens.
Wow. Dude, you gotta close out games. You can't lose to a guy who just got signed this week. He can't do it.
He's only been with the team a couple days. He's only been with the team a couple days.
Oh, man. I don't know who's watching right now. TJ, Rapid Dave, thank you guys so much for joining us. Or two randos, thank you so much for joining us at the end of this. But
we had the thing got interesting. This game got really interesting.
Hell yes. Hell yes, Nate. We stayed for that.
First QB in Super Bowl era to lead a 13-plus point comeback win in his debut with 2 different teams. That's insane.
Baker freaking Mayfield. I'll say this. The guy's no good, but he don't give up.
Hey, listen. This is the beginning of your redemption story right here, buddy. Like, you had 2 perfectly clutch throws right here. Like, you got to give your guy a chance. The Ben Skoranek one, you got to give your guy a chance. And Vance Jefferson one-on-one, you got to throw it. And he throws it perfectly. Perfectly thrown, 2 perfectly thrown balls. This is what it's about. This is how you make your name. This is how you cement your legacy. Right fucking here. This is something you didn't do in Cleveland. You didn't do it in Carolina. You got a chance to do it here with the Rams. You're not
He's
going
still
to
young.
You're not going to get paid great. They're not going to pay you a big contract. So next year, I feel like he's going to. There's no way Stafford. If Stafford comes back, why?
Right.
You
Right.
just retire right up into the sun. Last year should have been your last year. Don't be Brett Favre.
Yeah.
Okay. Don't be Brett Favre. And this is what I'm looking at, because you remember it was the 2009 season when Brett Favre had that great season with the Vikings. They went to the NFC Championship and lost. And then he comes back and he plays fucking dog shit.
Yeah.
Don't be that guy. Right off into the sunset. You got your Super Bowl. Right off into the sunset. Go retire. Go, enjoy your wife and your kids. You live in California. Go enjoy retirement. Don't get hurt. Don't get beat up. It's not worth it. Let Baker take care of that.
Hell yeah, baby. MFers. You saw it.
He was only with the team for 2 days, 3 days. Like literally, he wasn't even there long enough to learn the entire playbook. Y'all lost to a man who didn't even know the whole playbook.
You lost to a guy who tried to do a handoff the wrong way. You went, oh shit.
He's like, no one's here. Like, he didn't know the playbook. That's how bad it is. So I look at it. Great win for Baker Mayfield.
Yes.
Great win for the Rams. Raiders. Yes.
Okay, yeah. Let me ask you that. Is it a bigger win for the Rams or a bigger loss for the Raiders?
It's a bigger win for the Rams.
Okay.
And the reason is because you started a guy who you just signed to the team, who don't know the whole playbook. Hell, I'm sure he probably don't know a third of the playbook. But he got you to win. And on the flip side, you can look at it as a huge loss for the Raiders. Like it's an awful loss. Like you were up 16-3. You're up 16-3 late in the fourth quarter. They come in late, get a late touchdown with 3:19 left in the game. All you have to do is get a first down. You punt the ball. Now, mind you, this is how the last minute it played out. You punt the ball, perfectly bounce to the 2-yard line.
How great was that punt?
They drove 98 yards on you. 98 yards to beat you. So that's on you. That's something they gotta look at, because that's on you. That's not on. That's on you. Josh McDaniels, you gotta hit. You gotta get back to the drawing board, my boy, because this is awful. That's a pass interference. The two penalties got him. That penalty and the pass interference definitely helped the drive. Yeah. And then this monster of a catch right here. That was awesome.
Yeah.
Tillery, give me your lunch.
Because I was like you. I thought it was a roughing the passer they called, but they called.
Because I saw it with his head snapped back, so I was like, that's gonna be roughing.
They called this here for knocking the ball out of Baker's hands. Like
he was confident. He was so confident on this drive. Like this right here is a confidence throw. That right there, that touchdown throw was confidence. That had nothing. He was like, I got this. That's what you're supposed to do. You set your quarterback up for success. You build confidence as the drive. You give him throws that he can make. And then guess what? When you get that touch, it's confidence. All confidence.
Speaking of confidence, how about this green suit here?
And it's silk.
She looks like the goddamn Wizard of Oz.
And I guarantee you that shit probably costs more than our fucking house. Mortgage payments.
Fucking Balenciaga. Oh man.
I don't know, man. He went 22 for 35 for 230 yards and a passing touchdown. I think that's a win for Sean McVay and Baker.
If you watch the headbutt, the coach behind him goes, "Oh shit."
Like, he got to stop doing that. He did that shit in Carolina. Like, he did the entire teammates. Like, don't stop that before you fucking bust your shit open and you get benched because you're concussed.
Yeah, as far as the, you see it right now. It's so funny. The coach behind him's like, oh, what the fuck? But
I think honestly, this right here is something you can build off because now you get a mini bye, and you think about it, is it really worth playing Stafford for the rest of the season?
No, and that's the thing. Like, it's a huge loss for the Raiders because I think they were still in the hunt, and
they were at one point, not anymore.
So this is bad because now they're probably out of playoff contention, and you lost to a guy who just started on the team this week, and this is your fourth loss of a lead of 13 points. So like, those all are shitty things. So, but the reason I agree with you that it's a bigger win for the Rams than a loss for the Raiders, we talked about it. The Rams have no picks for a while, and not a whole lot of cap space. So if they can turn Baker Mayfield, if they can resurrect Baker Mayfield into something and have him going into next season as their quarterback and build around him, and not John Wolford or Bryce Perkins or whoever the hell they were going to bring in, like, that is huge. So yeah, that's
absolutely.
Again, this one game, who knows? He might suck the rest of the year, but if he's okay and they can have him as their quarterback, that is huge.
Because if I'm the Rams, I'm doing whatever I can to make Baker comfortable. NFL is rigged. Look at this game tonight, and the crazy thing is that they don't care with these bullcrap penalties and offside. As long as the house wins, they'll always do it. I mean, the late game penalties. One of them. I mean, the knocking the ball out of Baker's hand was a tad petty, but the pass interference was the pass interference. I mean, it just that's what it is.
Yeah,
I can barely watch them.
I mean, definitely don't bet tonight. Tonight was a fucking crapshoot as far as betting the NFL. I didn't even know who the quarterback was going to be for the Rams. So.
Most definitely.
Hey, hey, Chris, don't let me miss the opportunity. Thanks for joining. I don't know if you're related to Kurt. I'm sure you get that all the time, but that's pretty cool.
There's the man, Baker.
Would love to have you back as a guest, man. MFers, we do this every week.
I think if you, like you said, I think if they can resurrect Baker's career, because I mean, you look at it, they got Van Jefferson and Allen Robinson still on the contract. Cooper Kupp still on the contract. Tyler Higbee is still on the contract. You go out because it's clear that you don't have faith in Cam Akers. You go out and see if you can get you a running back, maybe second, third round, someone that you can rely on, and you got to figure out your defense.
Yeah.
Because you re-signed Aaron Donald, so Aaron Donald's there for a while. And then I don't know how long you're going to have Leonard Floyd there. Jalen Ramsey, I don't know how long his contract is. Taylor Rapp's still there. And I figure if you can keep solid pieces like Aaron Donald and Jalen Ramsey and just build around those guys, you'll be fine. They got to just play it smart at this point.
Yep. Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's a big, just the name, Baker Mayfield, just the story is huge for them. They're already in LA. Like you said, they have pieces. If they keep what they have on defense, I mean, the defense is taking a step back, but who knows, man? This is wild. This is freaking wild that Baker Mayfield is suddenly a viable option at quarterback for the Rams after the Panthers. The lowly Panthers didn't even want him. So, wow, here we are. MFers, listen, thank you so much for joining us. It's been a hell of a show, a hell of a game. Brittany Griner, she's back. Everything's going great. I love it. My son's on the way. Any minute now, he's going to drop.
Hey. You keep me updated on that one.
I will, sir. Thank you so much.
Absolutely.
And guys, we'll see you next time. It's been a hell of a night.
Absolutely, sir.
No music, no need. Goodbye, everyone.